What's up, guys? Welcome to your favorite novelist YouTuber listening menu. Leave a comment if you want to chat and share your thoughts.
Meanwhile, Fouye, watching the real-time footage from the demonic plane, smiled with satisfaction after witnessing the instant annihilation of Alba, the ultimate Dolo-level demon lord. He believed that if Wulin and the others could completely clear the demonic plane, their strength would undoubtedly improve significantly. Meanwhile, in Dragon Valley, now it should be called the Dragon Realm. Alin, the plane lord of the Dragon Realm, beamed with excitement as he felt the pure energy continuously flowing into it. Qian Rangxiu and the other Dragon Kings also felt this influx of power, seemingly transforming something within Dragon Valley. Sister Ailin, what kind of energy is this? Qian Rangxiu wondered, perplexed by the nature of this energy constantly merging into this world. This is energy from a higher plane, a superior tonic for the Dragon Realm. However, this aura doesn't seem to originate from the abyss, but rather something similar. I believe Fouye has discovered a new plane and is now continuously depriving it of its vitality and transmitting it to our Dragon Realm. As the master of a plane, Ahlin naturally knows much more than Qian Rangxiu. As for Qian Rangxiu calling Ahlin sister, it's because she's truly older than she is. She even gave her the position of child of fate for many years, though it was later given to Tang San by the Asura god. The Mountain Dragon Kings and the others also sensed this rich life energy and couldn't help but sigh that the Dragon God is indeed the Dragon God. Even after reincarnation, he still possesses the power to seize the fortune of heaven and earth. Everyone, prepare yourselves. If my predictions pan out, once our Dragon Realm completely absorbs the energy of that plane, our energy here will undergo a qualitative transformation. Immortal spirits will then permeate every corner of the Dragon Valley, giving you, the Dragon Kings, a chance to become gods once again. Upon hearing Ahlin's words, the Dragon King's eyes, like bells, blazed with excitement, silently expressing their heartfelt gratitude to Fouye, the Dragon God. Time passed quickly, and 6 days slipped away before they knew it. Meanwhile, in the Demon Plane. Damn human monkey. I will tear you to pieces. Within the Demon Plane, the most powerful 10-tailed Great Demon, Kermos, led 4 9-tailed Great Demon Lords in a fierce battle with Wulin and his companions. Dragon Emperor Forbidden Technique 6th Form. Forbid Heaven and Earth, Dragon Emperor Fight. As the captain of the Shrek 7 Devils, Wulin wouldn't give the leading Great Demon Lord any breathing space. He had already reached the terrifying 89th level. With the blessing of his 3-character battle armor and nearly limitless spirit power, he was no match for the enamored ultimate Dolo Demon. However, just as Wulin was drawing fire from the front, Zizi appeared behind one of the Demon Lords like a ghost on the battlefield. 9th Spirit Skill, Space-Time Journey, God-Slaying Blade. Zizi's attack was so swift that even Wulin had barely unleashed his attack when, with his speed that defied space, he instantly slashed off all 9 of the demon's tails, then simultaneously exploded their heads and hearts. Bang! The demon instantly exploded on the spot, and Zizi, standing behind it, instantly wilted. You have to know that while this skill is good, performing it in a split second will drain all of his soul energy. In a one-on-one fight, this ability is like a divine skill, but in a team fight, it can only exchange one person with the opponent. However, I believe that once his strength reaches Super Dolo or Ultimate Dolo, he'll be able to withstand this energy loss. Of course, since Zizi dared to use this move, he naturally had something to rely on. The black beads on Zizi's bracelet instantly absorbed the black energy, and Zizi, whose soul power was depleted, almost instantly restored it, even improving his own cultivation. Boom! At this moment, Wulin, using the Dragon Emperor's Forbidden Technique, engaged the leading 10-tailed demon. The terrifying dragon might emanating from him weakened the momentum of the other demons present. Golden Dragon Rage Domain. The moment Wulin activated his domain, Ye Xinglin, Wu Shao, and the others all took action. They now knew that after defeating the demon before them, this plane would be free of demons. Outside, Fouye was comfortably reclining on a recliner, watching Wulin and the others battle in the demonic plane with a faint smile. By now, the seals within Wulin's body had automatically undone over a dozen layers. With his help, Wulin had fully mastered his own power. He was only surprised to learn that Tang Laoshan had actually escaped from Shrek. Although Fouye could see his real-time location, he didn't bother to intervene. He must have understood by now that remaining in Shrek would be his fate. With the Tin-True Dragon bloodline within him, he could only reach the ultimate Dolo level in this lifetime. When he ascended to the Divine Star in the Dolo plane, he would only be a 100th level priest. His escape was within Fouye's expectations, but Tang San had been making some small moves in the past few days. Of course, he could see what he was up to, but he didn't bother to stop him. After all, he had to give him some hope before dragging him into the abyss of despair. In the deepest reaches of Wuyu's spiritual world, the 3 parallel worlds of Tang San, trapped in the spirit refining lamp furnace, were able to endure the burning pain and start a conversation. Fighter 1 Tang San, you've all enjoyed happiness, but what about me? I haven't even enjoyed a single day of happiness before I was caught here. Fighter 2 Tang San, that's wrong. Although you didn't enjoy happiness, you did suffer. Fighter 5 Tang San, although I enjoyed happiness for 40,000 years, I didn't expect to fall into the hands of Fouye. Fighter 1 Tang San, no, that makes it seem like our Xiao Wu was snatched away by that bastard Fouye. Fighter 2 Tang San, brother, be more confident. Remove the word, like. Fighter 5 Tang San, the truth is, Xiao Wu isn't that great. I still prefer the 1.4 meter tall little lowly priest I keep. My size is just right. However, while the 3 of them were still chatting, Fouye quietly arrived. Wow, I didn't expect the 3 of you could withstand the burning flames of this divine refining lamp furnace to chat here. But it's a good thing this way. The long journey to immortality won't be too boring. In Wuyu's spiritual world, the 3 Tang Buddhas all glared at Fouye with resentment. After all, their current situation was entirely his fault. The 3 of you, keep talking. Gangzi in the corner, stop pretending to be dead. If you don't say anything, I'll add fuel to the fire. Upon hearing Fouye's words, Yu Shaogang, who had been lying dead in the corner, quickly stood up from the divine refining furnace. Fouye, please kill me. I really can't take it anymore. I was wrong. Yu Shaogang now knelt in the furnace, begging Fouye for mercy, but Fouye paid no attention to his pleas. Haha, you are begging for mercy now. If you had known this would happen, why did you do it in the first place? With these words, the fire in Yu Shaogang's divine refining furnace suddenly grew even stronger. Although he had gradually become accustomed to the pain of being burned by flames, Fuyue's pain was now double. No, no. You've imprisoned me for tens of thousands of years. You can't do this to me. Yu Xiaobang felt himself constantly on the verge of collapse, yet he could clearly sense his spirit being continuously restored and replenished by some indescribable energy. Hearing his screams, the 3 nearby Buddha's eyes were filled with amusement, clearly delighted by the situation. After adding fuel to Yu Xiaobang's fire, Fuyue turned back to the 3 Tang Buddhas. Don't worry. There's another good brother in this world who shares your roots. I believe, Tang San, who has lived for 50,000 years, you should know exactly which one I am talking about. Hearing Fuyue's words, the reborn Tang San's expression dared not show any disrespect. If my guess is correct, Master Fuyue, you're referring to the timeline where the divine realm was swept away by the turbulent space-time flow. Hearing Dao Wu Tang San mention the turbulent flow, Dao Tang San's eyes lit up with fear. Space-time turbulence. Could it be that the reason for your rebirth is because of? Dao Tang San's face was full of horror. If his guess was correct, what the other party said should be that his timeline would be swept away by the space-time turbulence in 10,000 years. You are really a brainless idiot. I was only half a step away from stepping into the realm of creation. The reason for my death was all because my scabbard Xiao Wu died of illness at that time, and her death took away 30% of my strength and luck, making it impossible for me to set foot in the realm of creation forever. And the thread of fate between her and me was tied together as early as when she took the Acacia Heartbreak Red. It can be said that without her, my luck would gradually decline. In the end, I took the risk of committing suicide to find Xiao Wu, and as a result, I met her. Having said this, Dao Wu Tang San gathered his emotions, faced Fuyue, lowered his head and stopped talking. Fuck. Brother, you're so confused. You are God King after all. Even if Xiao Wu is gone, you won't be short of women by your side, right? Dao Tang San and Dao Yi Tang San both expressed their confusion, but Dao Wu Tang San rolled his eyes at them. So you two are just a pair of idiots. At that time, the Great God Circle had already been established and the God Realm was no longer my sole authority. Moreover, with my lack of strength and my luck drained away, I simply couldn't suppress the next son of destiny born in the universe. Otherwise, why do you think I would take such a risk? Hearing Dao Wu Tang San constantly calling them idiots, Dao Yi and Dao Tang San immediately became dissatisfied. You are the idiot, your whole family is idiots. We are all you from different timelines. If you scold us, aren't you just scolding yourself? Idiot. That's right, you are the lord of the God Realm, but now you are locked up in this damn place with us. Shut up, you idiot. Listening to them cursing here, Fuyue's eyes showed a hint of amusement. You guys can quarrel slowly. I will send you from this parallel universe over here in a few days. You must take good care of this newcomer, then. After saying that, Fuyue left here directly, ignoring the insults of the 3 Buddhas and the howling of Yu Xiaobang. In the Demon Plane, Wu Lin and Zizi had already dealt the final blow to the 10th Great Demon King. As the black mist in the sky was absorbed by the black beads on their wrists, the soul power in their bodies actually increased by more than 1 level. At this moment, Wu Lin and Zhu Xiaoyan finally broke through the limit of level 90 and successfully advanced to the realm of titled below. But as they killed the last Great Demon King, the entire Demon Plane began to tremble violently. Before they could react, the white beads on their wrists instantly turned into a ray of white light that enveloped their whole bodies. The black beads on their wrists also broke away from their bodies at this moment and instantly gathered together, condensing into a dark vortex that swallowed everything here. Swish. But a white light flashed, and Wu Lin, Na and the others were all teleported to Fuyue's side. At the same time, in the Dragon Realm. After seeing this extremely dense energy, the Lord of the Plane, Lin, was filled with surprise in his eyes. This is the original power of the plane. Fuyue must have sent all the energy of a small plane to the Dragon Realm. Lin was excited and immediately began to make drastic changes to the Dragon Realm. With the integration of this original energy, the level of life in the Dragon Realm is also constantly rising. Outside, Fuyue looked at Wu Lin and the others who had successfully cleared out all the demons in the entire Demon Plane after more than 6 days, and a faint smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Teacher Fuyue. I have reached level 90. Wu Shao leaped directly into Fuyue's presence. Zizi and Wu Lin's faces were also filled with excitement. After all, they had increased their soul power by nearly 10 levels in the past 6 days. Ye Xinglin, the highest ranked among them, was already a titled Dolo at level 94. Zizi, relying on his swiftness and ability to instantly kill, absorbed the most energy, and had now surpassed them, reaching level 92. Na's cultivation was already high, now Super Dolo at level 96. Wu Lin, Wu Shao, Wu Siju, and Zhu Xiaoyan had all reached level 91. Well, you all did well. Congratulations on successfully slaying all the demons of the Demon Plane in 7 days. As Fuyue finished speaking, Yuan and Yehui, who had been placed in a silver barrier, finally regained consciousness. Am I still alive? On the frozen ground, Yuan and Yehui, who had slept for 6 days, finally awakened. Upon learning that the demons that had troubled their family had been eliminated, she was filled with shock. Well, since you've successfully completed the mission within the allotted time, you'll all receive a mysterious reward. Upon hearing Fuyue's words, Wu Lin and Zizi's eyes lit up. To ascend from Soul Dolo to Titan Dolo in just 6 days was something they hadn't even dreamed of, but now there was a reward to be had. Space Dragon Tosobone, I'm sure you all know who the Soul Bone is best suited for. Zizi and the others were stunned and incredulous upon discovering that Fuyue's reward was actually a Soul Bone. Looking at the stunned crowd, Fuyue tossed the Soul Bone to Zizi. Don't just stand there. I have plenty of Soul Bone. He said, then produced several more Soul Bones that shone with brilliant light. The Dark Holy Dragon's Torso Bone naturally belonged to Yuan and Yehui, while the Light Holy Dragon's Torso Bone belonged to Ye Xinglin. Fuyue quickly distributed the appropriate Soul Bones to each of them, but the Soul Bone Fuyue gave Wu Lin was a Head Soul Bone. Wu Lin, this is a special Wisdom Soul Bone. Its sole ability is to prevent your mind from ever falling into a negative state. Hearing Fuyue's words, Wu Lin felt a warm feeling surge through his heart. He knew that no matter how powerful another Soul Bone might be, it could never compare to the value this one held for him. As the power of the Golden Dragon King continued to unleash within him, he desperately tried to suppress the tempting, violent voice deep within his mind. Seeing that everyone had received their rewards, Fuyue immediately released a spatial barrier. Just absorb them here. Soul Bones are very conspicuous to the outside world, and if others see them, it might cause unnecessary trouble. Hearing Fu Ye's words, they all nodded earnestly. Na received a soul bone so incredible she even wondered where Fu Ye had gotten it. Looking at the silver dragon king's torso bone in her palm, Na felt incredulous, but as the saying goes, the sooner you absorb it, the sooner you can enjoy it. Time passed, and the dragon realm began to undergo a dramatic transformation. Within the dragon realm, Ah Lin was busily transforming the energy Fu Ye had injected into it. Though somewhat exhausted, Ah Lin's face shone with joy as she watched the endless flow of energy. After all, she knew that if she were given time to absorb the energy accumulated over the years, the dragon realm would likely become a true, minor divine realm. By then, her power would rise to the level of a second-level god as her plane ascended. And she would no longer be a mere, miserable planetary spirit, but a divine planetary spirit. If Fu Ye could acquire more energy later, her status would rise as her plane ascended. Fu Ye would be in charge of the slaughter, while she would handle the giggling. The future would definitely be better. Thinking of this, a uniquely villainous smile played on her lips. Hehehe, God realm, aren't you awesome? Now that I've blown myself up, I'll have the chance to serve there too. And to an official of undeniable status. Meanwhile, the 4 dragon kings, lying below and watching Ah Lin continuously convert energy, were beaming with satisfaction. Ah, the years are peaceful, lying down and becoming a god. Now we just have to wait for Sister Lin to raise the plane level of our little world in the dragon realm. With the permission of the Lord Dragon God, we can once again reach our former realm. Upon hearing the Mountain Dragon King's words, the Light, Dark, and Wind Dragon Kings all expressed their approval, though they felt a bit guilty about lying around and not doing anything. After all, the Dragon God had given them a second life and helped them recover their cultivation, a great favor they would always remember. However, the Dragon God was simply supporting them these days, with no intention of sending them out to help support the cause. So, they simply lay here, awaiting orders at any moment. After the last genocide, the true dragons under their command had lost interest in expanding beyond their own borders. They were now united as a team, ready to brave any danger at Fu Ye's command. The next morning, Wu Lin had already finished absorbing the special wisdom skull Fu Ye had gifted him. As he slowly opened his eyes, a light-hearted expression emanated from him, no longer as dreary and surprised as before. Wu Lin, how are you feeling? Having just woken up, he lit up with excitement upon hearing Fu Ye's words, but seeing that the others were still absorbing soul bones, he lowered his voice. Dad, I've never felt so refreshed. The violent emotions in my mind have completely vanished. Hearing Wu Lin's words, Fu Ye reached out and touched his head. The Golden Dragon King's bloodline is incredibly powerful. I thought you'd go berserk against the Blood God Legion, but I didn't expect you to endure it all. I've spent a tremendous amount of time and energy finding this special soul bone for you, but now it seems all the hard work has paid off. Wu Lin's heart was overwhelmed with emotion when he heard Fu Ye's words. What he didn't know was that the hard work Fu Ye was talking about was the endless searching he'd gone through in the mall. It was a real painstaking search, and it took Fu Ye over half an hour to find it. This was a million-year-old soul bone, and its sole function was to protect the person who absorbed it from any negative spiritual effects. It was certainly useless, but for Wu Lin, it was a soul bone tailor-made for him. Soon, those who had absorbed the soul bones woke up one after another, and their soul power also increased slightly due to the absorption of the soul bones. However, in the center of the far north, a figure dressed in tattered clothes but with a determined expression was sitting cross-legged here, absorbing the abyssal aura emanating from the surroundings. In the far north, a dashing yet dashing young man sat cross-legged, constantly absorbing the wisps of abyssal energy around him. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully absorbing abyssal energy. Reward, 1% increase in Golden Dragon King bloodline, 1 level increase in soul power, current soul power level 85 soul dolo. Upon hearing the system announcement, a strange smile played on his lips. Haha, my fate is in my own hands. You scumbags who look down on others, once I've accumulated sufficient power, I'll make you regret it forever. Indeed, who else but Tang Laoshan was absorbing abyssal energy. However, as he diligently absorbed, he was unaware that the Abyss Emperor, far away in the Abyss, was watching him coldly. Within the Abyss, the first 7 levels of the Abyss were standing beside the Abyss Saint Lord. As for why 7 levels? After all, Fu Ye had destroyed 2 of them. Sir Saint Lord, I'm curious why you are giving this human the energy of the Abyss. The Spirit Emperor, the master of the second layer of the Abyss, was puzzled when he saw the Saint Lord of the Abyss bestowing the energy of the Abyss upon a human. Haha, it's always best to have 2 plans in mind for everything. The so-called Evil Soul Master organization in the human world is my first plan, and this young man is my second plan. Looking at Tang Laoshan absorbing the energy of the Abyss, a greedy look crossed the Saint Lord's face. Time flew by, and a year slipped by quietly. Yet, the continent remained eerily calm, devoid of movement, as if all the major powers had entered a state of dormancy. At Shrek Academy, in Fu Ye's office, Na, with a flushed face, sat in Fu Ye's arms, hugging his waist tightly. Her dazed eyes revealed her current state of mind. Brother Fu Ye, it seems the Abyssal Plane and the Holy Spirit cult have made some kind of deal, and Tang Xuan and Tang Laoshan from our Shrek inner court are both missing. A faint smile played on Fu Ye's lips as he listened to Na's words. It's okay. After completely devouring the demonic plane, the dragon realm has now spawned a celestial aura. If I so choose, I can break through the 100th level limit at any time. Even if the Abyss Emperor himself were to appear in the Dolo realm, I wouldn't fear him in the slightest. Having said this, Fu Ye turned to look at Na, who was now kneeling on him. He leaned over and whispered in her ear, I didn't expect Na to enjoy such naughty things. Feeling Fu Ye's breath, Na's body softened a little, and she murmured, Brother Fu Ye obviously enjoys it too, and the positions are different every day. Fu Ye, asterisk carrot. How's you doing at the Spirit Pagoda lately? Fu Ye stood up, holding Na in his arms, and walked over to the windowsill where he had activated his spatial shielding ability. Seeing the bustling crowd outside, Na's cheeks instantly flushed to her ears. Brother Fu Ye, you're so mean. This will make Na nervous. Although she knew that people outside couldn't see them, this feeling really made her nervous. Upon hearing his words, Fu Ye gently kissed her snow-white neck, removed the word, Jang, and just leave, Jane. Hearing his words, Na didn't react at first, but when she did, her cheeks turned even redder. Brother Fu Ye, you're so mean. As the other half of the Silver Dragon King, Na's skin was as bright as snow. Although her own strength was very strong, her body became even softer when she relaxed. Looking out the window at the occasional inner courtyard students of Shrek, Fuye's eyes tinged with nostalgia. After an indescribable amount of time, Na collapsed into Fuye's arms, her belly bulging with food, evident from a good meal. Ha! Na sighed, her face brimming with ecstasy, clearly enjoying her time with Fuye. Fuye cleansed her body with water elements, then skillfully retrieved a clean dress from the system store. While helping her dress, he caressed Na's belly, a gesture that made her blush. Fuye carried Na back to her bedroom, where she crossed her legs tightly, a look of nervousness on her face. Inside the spirit pagoda, Jiu, her silver hair draped over her shoulders, sat by the window admiring the moon, her beautiful eyes etched with worry and confusion. But just then, a slender figure appeared in her room. Master, the project to create an artificial 10,000-year soul has been completed. We now control 40% of the spirit pagoda's power, but the remaining 30% is in the hands of the Qianwu clan, and another 30% is in the hands of the Leng sisters. Hearing the one-eyed demon tree's words, Jiu's eyes flickered with disgust. Don't worry about the Leng sisters, but we can begin to infiltrate the Qianwu clan. Those two old men, Qianwu Dongfeng and Qianwu Zhangting, are difficult to deal with, so let's not alert them for now. As the thin figure departed, Jiu's eyes returned to a calm expression. Fuye, if you truly are the dragon god, can you restore our soul beast clan to life? I'm willing to wait for you to help us, but Tian and the others are impatient. Elsewhere, at the far northern border. Sister Fozi, Mother has been abducted by those lunatics for over a year. Are they truly doing this for Mother's own good? The girl in the black and gold cloak was looking at the blue-haired girl standing in front of her with scorching eyes. But the blue-haired girl just reached out and hugged her tightly. Ever since my father was killed by that so-called sea god, my mother's spirit has been on the verge of collapse. Now I have no way. They said there's a way to restore my mother's consciousness, so. But before the blue-haired girl could finish her words, a proud voice reached the black-robed girl's ears. Mengting, quickly take your sister and your little maid away from here. The farther the better. Hearing the voice of the person who claimed to be the Rakshasa god Baby Dong from 30,000 years ago in her mind, the black-robed Lan Mengting did not hesitate at all. She directly grabbed her little maid and her sister Lan Fuzi, spread her blood-gold butterfly wings, and flew away desperately. However, before they had just left the original position for 10 kilometers, they saw a surge of blood energy instantly sweeping across the entire far north. Boom! The blood-red light rising from the far north nearly covered half the continent, a scene naturally observed by the blood god camp's formidable warriors. 10 minutes ago, in a dark chamber within the spirit pagoda headquarters, Qianwu Dongfeng erupted in fury upon seeing the ghost. Emperor's Soul Communicator. If he hadn't handled the matter so cleanly, the Qianwu family might have been implicated, condemned to eternal damnation in history. Qianwu Dongfeng, those were all consensual transactions, and one of those two god-killing fixed-type soul guide shells was obtained for us by you, thanks to your connections. But you were truly heartless, actually eliminating those who knew about this before we could even begin. The Ghost Emperor's voice was filled with mockery, and Qianwu Dongfeng was furious. Tell me, what are you trying to do by communicating with me this time? Qianwu Dongfeng knew he was courting disaster. But Shrek Academy was now too powerful, and the Federation had become a coward. Many of the war gods of the War God Temple, and even the temple master, Chen Xinji, had been traumatized by that madwoman, Kaiyu. Although the Qianwu family now boasted 3 Dolo, they were no match for Shrek Academy. You'll soon find out. Now you need to decide whether to cooperate with us. Opportunities are few, and time is running out. And I can tell you this time, not even Dragon God Dolo Fuye can stop us. The world is ours. If you stand up and demand that your spirit pagoda submit to our Holy Spirit Church, I think progress will be much faster. The Ghost Emperor's voice was still filled with mockery, and cracks instantly appeared on the communicator in Qianwu Dongfeng's hand. Ghost Emperor, what on earth have you done? Considering we've worked together before, you should have told me what happened first so we could prepare. However, upon hearing Qianwu Dongfeng's words, the Ghost Emperor's smile only grew even more brazen. That's not necessary. It doesn't really matter whether you're here or not. I was only trying to help you out because of our past friendship, but now it seems you're rejecting me. Without waiting for Qianwu Dongfeng's reply, the Ghost Emperor crushed the communicator in his hand. Asshole. Asshole. What on earth is the Holy Spirit cult trying to do? What on earth is this bastard planning to do? Having collaborated with the Ghost Emperor before, he knew all too well how ruthless this man truly was. Of the Holy Spirit cult's 1 emperor, 2 emperors, and 4 heavenly kings, the Ghost Emperor was the true leader. The Demon Emperor had never appeared before anyone. In the far north, the Ghost Emperor hung up the soul communication, his face filled with madness. Behind him lay a vast pit, emanating a faint purple light. Soon, a blood-red figure appeared behind him. Ghost Emperor. The blood-colored figure looked extremely respectful. Blood Demon, has the Demon Emperor awakened? A cold voice echoed around, and the blood-colored figure shuddered upon hearing it. The Demon Emperor has awakened, and she asked me to invite you over. In the far north, Tang Laoshan, still greedily devouring the god-level power of the Abyss Plane, slowly opened his eyes. However, the aura lingering around him at this moment was a little off. Name, Tang Laoshan. Age, 22. Martial Soul, 2nd Generation Golden Nether Dragon. Soul Power, Level 99 Extreme Dolo, Quasi-God. Battle Armor, 3-character Battle Armor. Forging Level, Level 8, Saint Craftsman. Bloodline, Human, Abyssal Spirit. I never thought I'd be the victim of a trap one day, but it's all good. Let's see who will be the last one to laugh. A sickly smile played on Tang Laoshan's lips. He knew full well that all his power was purposefully infused into him by the Abyssal Sage Lord, so he could occupy his body and descend upon the continent. While the Lord wanted to devour him, he also wanted to devour the Lord. With the system's help, he didn't believe he could lose to the Abyssal Sage Lord. Elsewhere, in the Southern Legion, within the Angel Clan, a young man with eerie features, blood-red pupils, 3 pairs of blood-red wings, and blood-red vines swirling around him greedily sucked the blood of Angel Dolo Lur Zhenjin. Who the hell are you, and how do you know about our Angel Clan? Lur Zhenjin looked with despair at the young man before him, strangling him, devouring the remaining angel bloodline and his own cultivation, his body bathed in blood. Haha, you are asking me how I know a secret of your Angel Clan known only to the head of the clan, right? He whispered into Lur Zhenjin's ear, mortals like you are only fit to be used as sustenance for our gods. Snap. Without hesitation, the eerie young man snapped Lur Zhenjin's neck. With that, every member of the Angel clan was silently devoured, their blood, chi, and all their energy essence. Just as he was about to leave the Angel clan to slaughter the Southern Legion, he looked back and saw Lord Zhengyu trembling in a corner. I didn't expect there was one who slipped through the net. But as he began his slaughter, he was unaware that Fu Ye was observing the events unfolding from a bird's eye view. He saw an identity information appear before him. Name, Tang San. Age, 22. First spirit, Bloody Blue Silver Grass. Second spirit, Blood Angel Hammer. Spirit power, peak level 98 Super Dolo. Battle armor, 3 character battle armor. Forging, level 8 Saint Craftsman. Bloodline, human. After reviewing Tang San's introduction and Tang Laoshan's, Fu Ye could only sigh, truly worthy of being a time traveler and Tang Buddha. His actions were truly ruthless and swift. Tang Laoshan utilized the power of the Abyss to rapidly level up, but he knew full well that he, too, was being targeted by the Abyss Sage Lord. The rich Abyss power within him was forcibly injected into him by the Abyss Sage Lord. Tang San, on the other hand, utilized the backup he had left behind with the Angel lineage, ultimately devouring all members of the Angel family within the Southern Legion, achieving the peak level of a peak level 98 Super Dolo. TSK, things are getting interesting. Tang San, Tang Laoshan, and the Demon Emperor. Let's find the time to let them fight it out. Whoever survives will be slapped to death. Within the Dragon Realm, nurtured by the Celestial Energy, this place successfully ascended to divine status. However, the dragon's cultivation had been locked by Fu Ye. Even with the emergence of Celestial Energy, they were unable to advance through cultivation. Of course, this was also one of Fu Ye's methods of restraining them, ensuring they knew that everything they possessed was given by Fu Ye and that they must obey without transgression. Fu Ye gazed upon the yin-yang eye of ice and fire, a medicine garden devoid of several ferocious beasts, his expression unwavering. He knew full well that within the yin-yang eye lay the dragon souls and spirit bones of the two great dragon kings, Ice and Fire. Immediately afterwards, a spatial portal appeared before Fu Ye, and he stepped directly into it. 500 meters underground, in a small, shattered space, Fu Ye observed the two shattered Ice and Fire dragon souls and the two differently colored spirit bones they now inhabited. Fu Ye grasped the two soul bones through the air, and the two dragon souls, visibly startled, unleashed blasts of dragon fire and frost that rivaled the full strength power of a limit Dolo. Crack! Fu Ye made no attempt to dodge their attacks. With a single hand, he blocked the two attacks, which ordinary people wouldn't dare to touch, and then used the power of space to destroy them within his palm. Seeing the two small dragon souls before him still trying to attack him, Fu Ye released the aura of his dragon god martial spirit, enveloping them. You two little brats, take a good look at who I am. Such an indiscriminate attack will only damage your soul power. Hearing Fu Ye's words, the two dragon souls froze in shock, but the Ice dragon soul quickly regained consciousness after sensing the dragon god aura emanating from Fu Ye. Sister, hold off. He looks like father. The Ice blue dragon soul intercepted the crimson dragon soul, which was about to attack. It also froze for a moment after sensing Fu Ye's aura. Father. You finally returned to Sisio Yan. Seeing the little dragon spirit lunge towards him, Fu Ye instinctively used his strength to gather her to his side. After all, her body temperature in her current dragon spirit state was quite high. Soon, Fu Ye and the Ice and Fire Dragon Kings learned about their subsequent retreat to the Netherworld after their deaths, and he firmly stated that he was not their father, the Dragon God. So, your two little ones have been staying here for nearly a million years, relying on the life force of the continent to sustain your dragon spirits. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, they both nodded in agreement. If so, come with me and leave here. I'm sure the Mountain Dragon King's little ones will welcome your return. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, the Ice and Fire Dragon Kings were stunned at first, but soon their expression brightened with excitement. Father, are you saying that besides us, Big Brother Mountain Dragon King and the others are still alive? Fire Dragon King Seo Yan's voice was filled with excitement. I reiterate that I'm not your father. We've also found the light, dark, and wind dragons. With the two of you, we've found 6 now. The only one missing is the Emerald Dragon King. Dolo continent has 7 elements, meaning the Dragon God has 7 elemental dragon kings under his command. Now, the 6 dragon kings, light, dark, wind, fire, and ice are all present. Only the Emerald Dragon King, who controls space, the Earth Dragon King, who controls the Earth element, and the Ethereal Time Dragon King remain. Within the Dragon Realm, the Mountain Dragon Kings were thrilled to see that Fu Ye, the Dragon God, had truly brought back the Fire and Ice Dragon Kings. Soon after Fu Ye used their spirit bones to help the two Dragon Kings rebuild their bodies, the Mountain Dragon King and the others secretly marveled at his miraculous skill. Even the Dragon Gods of the past had never possessed such an act for resurrecting human flesh and bones. At this moment, they once again silently expressed their respect for Fu Ye. Wow! Our dragon bodies are truly restored. The Ice Dragon King leaped twice on the ground, visibly delighted. The Ice Dragon King was the second youngest of the 9 Dragon Kings, yet also their undisputed favorite. The Fire Dragon King, Xiaoyan, was the 7th youngest of the 9 Dragon Kings. While his strength was relatively weak, he was still stronger than the Ice Dragon King. As for the last of the 9 Dragon Kings, the youngest was naturally the Time Dragon King. However, the Space and Time Dragon Kings paid the price for their mistakes and both disappeared into the Dimensional Rift. The Earth Dragon King's remains were not found in the Dragon Realm. Perhaps his remains and Dragon Soul were lost in the Longma Galaxy, outside the Dolo Galaxy. Soon, during a casual conversation, the Fire Dragon King and the Ice Dragon King learned that the current Fu Ye was not the father who had originally founded the Divine Dragon Realm. However, this was not a major challenge for them, as he undoubtedly bore their father's aura, and they believed that Fu Ye would one day lead them to restore the glory of the Dragon Clan. Soon, Fu Ye gathered the several existing Dragon Kings. He granted them the ability to transform and, by mobilizing the energies of the Dragon Realm, boosted their cultivation to the level of 900,000 years. However, aside from the Fire and Water Dragon Kings, the other 4 Dragon Kings showed no interest in transforming into human form. After all, according to their principles, their stature, vastness, and power made human form unnecessary. The Fire and Ice Dragon Kings had actually wanted to transform into human form back in the Divine Dragon Realm. However, their former human status was quite lowly, and as Dragon Kings, they naturally could not set a bad example for their clan. However, now that most of them were dead, no one cared about them. Soon, the two of them transformed into a pair of twin Lolita girls with very good figures. It can be said that they were thin where they should be thin, and fleshy where they should be. Of course, this was also because they asked Fuye, the new Lord Dragon God, but he liked, and Fuye personally provided guidance. Dragon Realm, Fuye's living area. Wow, Lord Fuye, you have renovated it here very beautifully. The Fire Dragon King Xiaoyan looked at the various small palaces that were completely renovated around him, and his red pupils were full of curiosity. Well, it's okay. The Dragon Realm is not big, so I built it as I felt comfortable. After walking for a while, the Ice Dragon King Xiao Suwang noticed Ah Hin, who was releasing blue silver grass to repair the trees in the garden. Master Fuye, who is she? I think she still smells like you. Xiao Yan and Xiao Shuang had a keen sense of smell, but they wouldn't speculate about their relationship to Fuye. Well, she's my maid. She tends the flowers and trees here during the weekdays, and she helps me cool down late at night when I have free time. Upon hearing Fuye's words, they exchanged glances, covering their mouths and chuckling. Hee, you don't have to be so subtle. After all, our father, the Dragon God, once had a powerful bloodline that made it difficult for him to conceive, and he owned all the females in the entire divine dragon realm. Xiao Yan and Xiao Shuang's blunt words overwhelmed the old pervert Fuye. Fuye, as expected of a former dragon king, he possesses an incredibly fiery personality. Meanwhile, Ah Hin also heard Fuye's voice and quickly turned to look at him, bowing her head. Master Fuye. Ah Hin's demeanor was humble, revealing that she had been trained to be very sensible and obedient. At the same moment, Ah Lin, still transforming energy from the demonic plane, sensed Fuye's presence and tore through a dimensional rift, charging out. Fuye. Our dragon realm has successfully ascended to Lesser God Star. Ah Lin leaped directly at Fuye, colliding head-on with him. You've done well, but the remaining energy will require more effort on your part. Fuye pinched Ah Lin's cheek, and a delighted smile spread across her face. Yes. I'll definitely help you turn this into a second god realm. Just as she was about to say something, she spotted Xiao Yan and Xiao Shuang, who had transformed into humanoids. Are you Xiao Yan and Xiao Shuang? They had originally intended to greet Ah Lin, their elder sister, but upon seeing her recognize them, their faces lit up with joy. Hee, Sister Ah Lin, long time no see. When we landed on the continent, we secretly absorbed a lot of your vitality. While the dragon realm was peaceful, war raged on Dolo continent. Abyssal creatures in the northwest, the Blood River God Slaying Formation in the northeast, the Blood Demon Tang San in the south, and Tang Ocean, the Abyss Saint Lord's backup weapon hidden among the humans. It's fair to say that the Dolo continent is currently under attack from all sides. However, the continent's forces are now unprecedentedly powerful. With Fuye, who can withstand 2 rounds of God Slaying level fixed type Spirit Guide cannonballs, resolving this continental incident is likely to be easy. However, Fuye has no intention of directly intervening in this war. For him, the only target he needs to deal with is the Abyss Saint Lord. The rest will be handled by others on the continent. The God Realm is responsible for allowing the Abyss Plane to invade for so long, but the corrupt officials on the continent are also responsible. At Shrek Academy, Cao Deji approached Fuye. Old Cao, why are you coming to me instead of fighting the abyssal creatures on the front lines at this time? Fuye looked at Cao Deji with suspicion. After all, despite his usual affability, every time he came to him, he was clearly up to something. Ahem. My girl said she wanted to transform the only remaining god-killing level soul guide shell, and she also said. Hearing this, Fuye quickly stopped. Wait a minute, you're not asking me to be the guinea pig for that experiment, are you? Those 2 god-killing shells shattered my battle armor, and even my body was covered in bruises. I'm telling you, if you, old man, want to use me for your experiments, I guarantee you won't be able to escape. A short while later, in the Tang Clan's secret underground laboratory. After repeatedly opening several heavy steel doors identified by fingerprints, Fuye was finally led by Cao Deji to his destination. Within the spacious room, a pretty girl with disheveled hair and a white lab coat stood before a pile of precision parts. Zichen, I've brought you, the Master Fuye you've been thinking about so much. Hearing Cao Deji's words, Fuye was honestly a bit bewildered. Thinking about so much. He didn't even seem to have seen this girl before. Upon hearing Cao Deji's words, the girl's eyes lit up. What? Old Cao, you really brought someone back. The girl locked onto Fuye's gaze and rushed towards him without hesitation. However, she was now being held in place by Fuye's special force. He then used the water element to clean her body, which hadn't bathed in almost a month. He then used the fire element to dry her clean body and clothes, and finally used the wind element to smooth her hair. It took only 3 seconds in total. After watching the scene, Cao Deji couldn't help but think of the word miraculous in his mind. After sensing the changes in herself, she also felt a surge of freshness. But she still lunged straight at Fuye, clinging to him like an octopus. Master Fuye, please don't let this old man throw away my eternal heaven. You're so powerful, I'm sure you can handle that so-called Blood River God Slaying Formation, right? Lin Zichen looked at Fuye with tears in her eyes. However, Fuye and Cao Deji knew that this girl was completely faking it to prevent them from using the Eternal Heaven, a God-slaying, fixed installation soul-guided cannonball. Oh. I didn't expect you, little girl, to be so fond of researching these bizarre things. Fuye lifted her hips to prevent her from falling to the ground, then walked straight to the large metal table where she was working. She watched, in amazement, as Fuye perfectly assembled the Eternal Heaven, a God-slaying, fixed installation soul-guided cannonball. Even before he finished assembling it, she had already been standing beside him, excitedly, not wanting to interfere with his operations. This Eternal Heavenly Kingdom is indeed powerful, but it's only powerful enough. It's far from enough to use against the Blood River God Slaying Formation. Hearing Fuye's words, Lin Zichen looked at him with stars in her eyes. You know, even she couldn't put together the Eternal Heavenly Kingdom so quickly and so perfectly. Originally, Lin Zichen thought Fuye was a rough man who only knew how to use force, but now her opinion of Fuye, the number 1 on the continent, has changed significantly. In Shrek City, within the Tang Sect's underground secret laboratory, Lin Zichen's attention was instantly drawn to the 2 exquisitely crafted fixed installation soul-guided cannonballs Fuye produced. These are 2 11th level, mother and child, fixed installation soul-guided cannonballs I've spent countless hours and efforts crafting over the past few years. They're unprecedented on this continent. Lin Zichen's eyes lit up at Fuye's words. As a scientist, she could discern the subtle details of the 2 cannonballs at a glance. As Fuye placed the 2 cannonballs on the metal table, Lin Zichen gently picked them up without hesitation. Feeling a little blurry, she simply put on her half-rimmed red glasses. Cao Deji was stunned by the sight. He had never known Fouye could craft such high-level fixed installation soul-guided cannonballs. And they were 11th level, unprecedented on this continent. If these two shells were released individually, their power would only be about 50 times that of a 9th level fixed type soul-guided shell. However, if they were detonated simultaneously within a certain range, the destructive force they possessed would rival even the 12th level god-killing fixed type soul-guided shell in your hand. Hearing Fouye's words, Ling Zichen curiously disassembled the two shells. Cao Deji's eyelids twitched, fearing his little ancestor would accidentally detonate them. Fortunately, after the complete disassembly, there was no unexpected explosion as expected. It wasn't until Ling Zichen saw the core energy of the two 11th level fixed type soul-guided shells that his pupils widened. How could the single directional circulating energy of your fixed type soul-guided shell be so large? Don't you know that the structure, while resource efficient, is also highly unstable and could explode at any moment? Ling Zichen's voice was penetrating, and it was clear that even a mad scientist would be horrified by Fouye's advanced and reckless design. Fouye merely raised an eyebrow at her words. Little girl, you don't understand this, do you? Fouye pinched her cheek, then patiently explained. My cannonballs are made of divine forging metal, a fusion of 9 different metals. Its function is to lock in the stability of the energy within. And thus divine forging metal is mixed with a certain amount of destructive power. The combination of two cannonballs will trigger a chain reaction of dissolution between the different divine forging metal structures. The explosive power could almost raise most of the far north to the ground. Hearing Fouye's words, Ling Zichen, a scientific enthusiast and even the Tang sect's foremost expert in soul guidance technology, was stunned for a moment. Yes, so the construction concept of soul guidance technology can be applied in this way. If that's the case, perhaps we can use the special heavenly forging metal, a fusion of 9 different metals, to create a two-way circulating source flow counter-kinetic super armor that would allow ordinary people to unleash the power of a super dolo. Hearing her whisper, Fouye knew that she was truly obsessed with science. In the original novel, the opponent transformed himself into a humanoid mecha cannon, unleashing the energy of the Eternal Heaven twice in rapid succession to blast the Holy Spirit cult and even the Abyss Saint Lord. Ahem. Although I only have the spare of these chain link cannonballs, I have plenty of other 11th level fixed installation spirit guide cannonballs. Would you like to try them out? Upon hearing Fouye's words, Cao Deji's eyes twitched wildly. No, buddy, you're deliberately trying to destroy our Tang sect. Upon hearing Fouye's words, Ling Zichen quickly began assembling the 11th level chain link cannonballs before him, setting them aside once completed. Then, with eyes filled with anticipation, he looked at Fouye, as if to say, hurry and get the cannonballs. Fouye hadn't left these 11th level chain link cannonballs with the Tang sect. After all, they were something he'd spent a lot of effort to create, and even his own chief system store didn't sell them. However, he did leave them a few ordinary 11th level fixed type soul guided shells, stating that their combined power wouldn't be much less than that of a god-killing level shell. As he was leaving, the female scientist Ling Zichen clung to his thigh, unwilling to let him go. Finally, only after Fouye agreed to return in a few days did she reluctantly agree. Old cow, name your price. I want this girl. Leaving the secret room, Fouye's words left Cao Deji stunned. What did he mean? He was trying to force her into submission. No, Zichen is the director of research in our Tang sect. I'll listen to you on everything else, but not her. Hearing Cao Deji's words, Fouye raised a finger. What do you mean? A 4-character battle armor? Absolutely not, Cao Deji refused with a shake of his head. Fouye also shook his head and spoke directly. A complete set of 4-character battle armor and a complete set of red rank mechas. I'll also custom build you a pseudo-artifact of comparable quality to an artifact. Cao Deji's breath hitched upon hearing Fouye's offer, and his expression shifted dramatically. For a long moment, Cao Deji scowled at Fouye, his eyes filled with complexities. Fouye, I've watched Zichen grow up. Cao Deji's heart was deeply troubled. After all, he knew Fouye's character, but he had never imagined he would be willing to pay such a high price for Zichen. He took a deep breath, looking at Fouye with a puzzled look in his eyes. Can you tell me why? Fouye offered a wry smile. This is the highest reward I can offer. I can guarantee she'll live a happier and more carefree life than she ever did in the Tang sect. Hearing Fouye's words, Cao Deji sighed. Well, after spending decades with you, I know your character. Zichen is truly exceptional in her research into soul guiding technology. Perhaps following you will open her up to a wider world. Cao Deji paused. As long as Zichen agrees to go with you, I have no objection. As for those battle armor, mechas, and artifacts you mentioned, forget it. After all, we've been friends for so many years. Fouye heard this, a faint smile playing on his face. I'll hand over the mechas to you in a couple of days. These are the 2 pseudo artifacts I crafted a while ago. I'll give you the Mandarin Duck Divine Sword. You can also give one to that fellow Zhang Xin later. Both of these pseudo artifacts confuse with sword type martial spirits, permanently increasing the power of the spirit skills unleashed through them by 50%. Furthermore, you can pre-store your 9th spirit skill within them. Of course, the 9th spirit skill will be 50% more powerful than if you unleash it yourself. After hearing Fouye's description of the Mandarin Duck Divine Sword, Cao Deji's eyes lit up with a faint green light, clearly delighting him. Seeing his expression, Fouye gently patted his shoulder. Old cow, the Abyss has recently arrived on the continent, causing unrest of varying degrees in both the north and south. Be extra cautious during this period. I'll rush a red rank mecha for you in the next 2 days. As for battle armor, I'll make one for Ling Zichen. As an elder, you wouldn't be so petty, would you? Cao Deji's mouth twitched slightly at Fouye's words, but he nodded earnestly. Well, as long as you can ensure Zichen has enough food, clothing, and no worries when he goes to your place, there won't be any major issues with the new chief research professor in the Tang sect. To be honest, Cao Deji didn't want Ling Zichen researching such dangerous items. After all, a single misstep could cost him his life. However, if he were to stay with Fouye, he believed his safety would be a non-issue. After all, Fouye could withstand 2 rounds of god-killing level fixed type soul-guided artillery shells and remain intact. 2 days later, Fouye arrived at the Tang sect as promised. He casually tossed a nearly flawless red-grade mecha in front of Cao Deji. Remember, Fouye had taken a significant amount of the man's blood during this time. Nearly every piece of metal was stained with a few drops of Cao Deji's blood. Now, upon seeing the red grade maker, Cao Deji felt as if it were his bloodline. His Yuanyang divine sword could even be worn on the red grade maker, its blade growing slightly larger. This discovery delighted Cao Deji immensely. However, when he realized that these were the equipment he'd exchanged for Ling Zichen, the little girl he'd watched grow up, his interest in them suddenly faded. Inside the Tang clan's secret chamber, Fu Ye approached Ling Zichen's chamber with familiarity. She was hunched over a cluttered table, dark circles under her eyes, continuously sketching intricate drawings. When she saw Fu Ye push open the door, a flicker of excitement lit up in her eyes. Come and see, this is the bidirectional, source flow, anti-kinetic super armor I just drew based on the theory you mentioned earlier. I've been researching it extensively these past few days. If you craft it according to the drawings, using a special energy directing alloy crafted from multiple metals, even an ordinary person can unleash the power of a super dolo. Upon hearing her words, Fu Ye lowered his gaze and carefully examined her drawings. Remember, as a level 10 soul master himself, understanding her sketches was no problem. That's a good idea, but look here. A few more knob-shaped soul guiding arrays are engraved on the armor's underbelly and back to serve as drainage points, and then here. Ling Zichen, the mad scientist, stared at Fu Ye with curious eyes after seeing his profound understanding and research of soul guiding arrays. Seeing her serious expression, Fu Ye only smiled faintly. I really want to open your head and see what you don't understand. I can't believe you, the continent's most powerful being, possess such a deep understanding of soul guiding arrays. Even my late parents weren't very proficient in it. Hearing her words, Fu Ye slowly stood up and patted her head. Are you willing to leave here with me? If you agree, I'll provide you with better research conditions, and I can guarantee that nothing unexpected will happen while you disassemble the soul-guided cannonball. Fu Ye's voice was soft, but the intelligent Ling Zichen detected a hint of unease in it. That guy, old cow, sold me to you. That's out of character. He definitely wouldn't sell me to anyone else. She paused. How many good things did you give old cow? And he's actually willing to let me leave here with you. Ling Zichen could hear she was also feeling incredulous. After all, she knew full well that Fu Ye, the continent's most powerful being, wouldn't resort to such a scheme. The only possibility was that he'd offered a high price, and Cao Deji, the elder, had agreed. But what Fu Ye, the continent's most powerful being, said was true. Following him, she would definitely learn more than she would otherwise. Take, for example, that intricate soul-guided formation. She was certain no one else on the continent could draw it except Fu Ye. A set of 4 character battle armor, a red rank mech, and 2 pseudo artifacts comparable to divine artifacts. Even Ling Zichen covered his mouth in shock at Fu Ye's words. Holy crap. I didn't realize I was so valuable. A 4 character battle armor is fine, but red rank mech and 2 pseudo artifacts. Old cow is such a ruthless person. Hearing her exclamation, Fu Ye felt a wave of frustration. His impression of this insensitive woman had completely changed. She doesn't even know how valuable she is. And after learning that Cao Deji had oversold her, she'd even called him out on his cruelty. She quickly glanced back at Fu Ye and began to touch him. Knees, abs, a nice figure. He's handsome, but also masculine. He's powerful, and he's also well versed in all things soul-guiding technology. Ling Zichen paused. I'm very satisfied with you as a buyer. Tell me, when are we leaving here, and where are we going after we leave? But before I leave, I hope to see Lao Cao again. After hearing his words, Fu Ye nodded, and then took her directly to the open space inside the Tang sect. At this time, Cao Deji was still trying to use the red level mecha to control the pseudo-artifact Mandarin Duck divine sword that Fu Ye gave him. When Ling Zichen saw this, black lines instantly appeared on his forehead. Lao Cao. Do you feel good about using the equipment that I exchanged for the rest of my life? Hearing this familiar voice and tone, cold sweat instantly appeared on Cao Deji's forehead. He pretended to be amiable and turned to look at Ling Zichen, but found that the other party was looking at him with an expression of looking at his comeback. Ahem. I think I can quibble, or no, explain. After a short while, Ling Zichen finally let Cao Deji go, despite his earnest pleas. She bluntly stated that she would no longer be a member of the Tang sect, leaving Cao Deji to decide for herself. Auntie, I don't want to do this either, but honestly, you can learn a lot from Fu Ye. Cao Deji naturally wanted to place Ling Zichen in a position where she could have better opportunities for advancement. After all, she was a senior consultant researching god-killing level fixed type soul-guided cannonballs, but the mainland couldn't produce a 4th one at that level. Furthermore, the Tang sect had researchers below her, and while they weren't as proficient in soul-guided equipment as she was, they were almost as capable. Furthermore, what mattered to him was Fu Ye's promise to protect her safety and prevent her from perishing in an unexpected experiment. As for the red level mecha and pseudo artifact in his possession, he considered them as mere finds. In the Dragon Realm, Ling Zichen surveyed his surroundings with a look of wonder. What is this place? Why does the air here seem fresher? Ling Zichen, who had just come to this point, expressed her feelings. Fu Ye didn't say much, simply leading her straight into the residential area. Soon, Fu Ye led Ling Zichen to a very quiet valley, where Ah Hin had been waiting for a long time. Master Fu Ye, Ah Hin has arranged everything. She bowed, her expression filled with resignation. Upon seeing her, Ling Zichen's eyes flickered with surprise, but then she realized that Fu Ye was so powerful, so he must have many beautiful female guards under his command. However, from what she knew, Fu Ye seemed to have many other women. Although he held the title of Dragon God Dolo, he was known to be amorous. As she thought about this, she leaned over to take a look at her own exaggerated breasts and buttocks, and her cheeks flushed. No way, was he grabbing her and forcing her to have sex with him? Question mark. Just as her thoughts drifted, Fu Ye stopped in his tracks, and she stumbled into his back. Ouch. She was about to fall backward, but at the critical moment, she felt a gentle force lift her up. Mistress, please be careful. Ah Hin released the Blue Silver Emperor and lifted Ling Zichen up, her expression still filled with respect. She had now completely found her place. She knew full well that her status was the lowest in the small world's residential area. All she could do was unconditionally obey Fu Ye's orders and help the other girls who entered to get acquainted with the place. Ah, mistress. No, I'm not. Ling Zichen's cheeks flushed again when the pretty, plump girl before her actually called her mistress. She then bluntly stated that she wasn't what she imagined. It's okay, mistress. I'm just a maid here. You don't need to explain anything to me. This place was a tranquil valley, approximately 1,000 square meters in size. The center was filled with various instruments and specialized tables used for soul guidance research. All around were various rare metals, both precious and insignificant. Upon witnessing the scene, Ling Zichen's mind instantly shifted from Ah Hien's description of her as the mistress. She now thought, if simply calling her mistress would grant her such a perfect experimental environment, then she should be allowed to do so for the rest of her life. Ling Zichen rushed directly into the area filled with a wide variety of neatly organized soul guide components and rare metals, her eyes gleaming with brilliance. After circling around, Ling Zichen, somewhat incoherently, arrived in front of Fu Ye. Are all these for me? Really? Really? Seeing her excitement, Fu Ye couldn't help but nod slightly. Truly the madwoman of the Dolo scientific community, she couldn't contain herself after seeing the surroundings. Well, this is your place from now on. Ah Hien will stay here to help you find and organize the equipment you'll need. No one will disturb you except me and her. And you can tell Ah Hien what you want to eat. Meal times aren't fixed. It depends on when you're free. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, Ling Zichen threw herself on him, hugging him tightly with both arms and legs. Fu Ye, from now on, I'm yours. Feeling her movements, Fu Ye silently marveled at her figure. She knew that Ling Zichen's buttocks and breasts were even more exaggerated than Zhu Juqing's. While her appearance wasn't stunning, it was definitely top-notch. Come on, let's talk about this after you've exhausted your research. After all, it seems like your mind is completely focused on research right now. Hearing this, Ling Zichen patted his shoulder carelessly. Hee, I didn't expect a man like you to understand me so well. But let's make a deal, this little blue-haired maid is now mine. She needs to stay here to take care of my daily needs and carry various soul-guided equipment. Ling Zichen's eyes flickered with anticipation, and Fu Ye simply nodded. Well, I set up a formation here. Soul-guided shells can't be detonated within this magnetic field. However, forcibly dismantling the explosive core will cause energy chaos and devastating damage to the human body. You'll have to manage this yourself. With this, Fu Ye tapped Ah Hien's brow, leaving a gilded mark. This meant Ah Hien had no chance of defecting from now on. Of course, he didn't restrict Ah Hien's freedom. The only thing he restricted was her desire to defect. From now on, just stay here with Ling Zichen. Don't try to think of anything shady. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, Ah Hien quickly bowed. As you command, Master Fu Ye. Seeing this, Ling Zichen's eyes flashed with suspicion, as if this blue-haired maid hadn't come here voluntarily. Who cares about her? As long as it doesn't affect his research. She took out a soul guide space ring, which contained the god-killing level soul guide cannonball, Eternal Heaven. Here are some sophisticated blueprints I found in ancient ruins. Seeing that you are so passionate about soul guide technology, I will let you keep them. With this, Fu Ye directly threw a stack of ancient-looking parchment scrolls on the table beside him. Ling Zichen curiously pulled out a scroll of parchment and began flipping through it, but her eyes soon grew heavy. By the time she reached the third parchment, her breathing had become heavier. She wanted to ask about Fu Ye, but found he had already left. Ah Hien, where's Fu Ye? Ah Hien, who had been waiting for an hour, whispered back, Master Fu Ye left an hour ago. Hearing Ah Hien's words, Ling Zichen realized it was indeed getting dark. She hadn't expected to be so engrossed in her studies for 2 hours. There should be a light here, right? Turn it up to full brightness. Ah Hien nodded in understanding. Then, she unleashed the blue-silver emperor and touched several handles. With a gentle pull, the entire valley shone with a brilliant light, as if it were daytime. Though shocked, Ling Zichen immediately gave Ah Hien his instructions. I need a lot of spare parts and rare metals right now. Here go. Inside the southern military camp, after devouring the last fighter Dolo general, Tang San's own strength reached the 99th level of ultimate Dolo. If I had known I should have come here earlier to suck all the blood of these scumbags clean, providing nourishment for a divine king like me. This is truly a blessing they can only enjoy after 3 lifetimes of cultivation. A smug smile played at the corners of Tang San's mouth. He looked at the shrunken and emaciated bodies of the spirit masters around him, his eyes expressionless, as if doing this was a commonplace occurrence for him. Now that the abyss was approaching, and Tang San couldn't see his parents, all he could do was rapidly gain strength. It's said that those who achieve great things don't care about trivial matters. The ghosts of those he devoured would surely thank him for absorbing their energy essence to protect Dolo continent. With this thought, Tang San's steps grew heavy, and it was clear he was aware of the burden he shouldered. However, the truth was that Tang San had absorbed a bit too much energy at once, causing him to feel dizzy and swollen. At Shrek Academy, after Fu Ye placed Ling Zichen in Dragon Valley, he began to review the current situation regarding the Abyss attack and the Holy Spirit cult's Blood River God slaying formation. Of course, to him, these matters were not a big deal. If Tang Hao could resurrect all those who died in this war, then he could also bring them all back to life. But intrigued him was the appearance of other auras above the god level on the continent. If his guess was correct, it must be Bibi Dong and the person she had chosen. Elsewhere, 300 miles south of the far north. Bibi Dong, although you were once a god, that doesn't give you the right to command us at will. Deep in the forest, Lan Mengting nearly cursed after hearing Bibi Dong whisper something like, get out of here quickly. Bibi Dong's eyes darkened at Lan Mengting's words. Mengting, we must leave here quickly. That aura is very dangerous. Even if you and Lan Fuzi work together, you will never be able to defeat it. Bibi Dong knew that Lan Mengting was very strong-willed, but the most important thing for them now was to save their own lives. At this time, Lan Fuzi's heart was very complicated. After all, she knew very well who the dangerous aura that the former god in front of her was talking about was. That was her mother. The reason why she was willing to follow Mengting and the others out was because her mother had been crazy for too long, and she was afraid that the other party would directly attack them. But what they didn't know was that now their every move was under the surveillance of Fu Ye. Several character panels appeared in front of Fu Ye at this time. Name, Lan Mengting, Tang Wutong's reincarnation. Age, 21 years old. Spirit, Bright Killing God Butterfly. Level 98. Peak Super Dolo. Identity, current second saint of the Holy Spirit cult, the reincarnation of Tang Wutong. Past experience, as a child, she was sent to the altar by an evil spirit master, but was eventually rescued, cared for, and adopted by Lan Fuzi. Name, Ningxia Ru, Ningrongrong's reincarnation. Semicolon. Spirit, 7 treasures blazed pagoda. Semicolon. Level 79. Peak Soul Sage. Semicolon. Identity, Lan Mengting's personal maid, the reincarnation of Ningrongrong. Semicolon. Past experience, in her early years, her village was massacred by an evil spirit master, and Lan Mengting picked her up and adopted her. Name, Lan Fuzi. Spirit, Deep Sea Demon Whale. Semicolon. Level 99. Extreme Dolo. Semicolon. Identity, daughter of the Demon Emperor. Semicolon. Past experience. After reading the introductions of these three people, Fu Ye paused, then a faint smile appeared on his lips. He was naturally aware of Ningrongrong's predicament. He had originally planned to go and take her to his side, but after seeing her being taken away by Lan Fuzi and the others, he gave up the idea. With this in mind, Fu Ye began checking the locations of Daimobai, Ma Hongjun, and Oscar. However, he was surprised to find that Ma Hongjun and Oscar had also left the academy and were currently living together in a small, remote town, enjoying a life of seclusion. Seeing this, he simply placed a few restrictions on them. After all, they had all been brainwashed by Tang San. It was likely that Tang San, now having devoured a considerable amount of blood and enhanced his strength, was already searching for them. In Wuyu's spiritual world, several Tang Sans, imprisoned in the spirit refining lamp furnace, were still arguing about something when Fu Ye appeared before them. Fu Ye said nothing, silently displaying a live feed of Tang San and Dao San. The video shows Tang San during this period. I believe you will meet him here soon. Hearing Fu Ye's words, the Tang Sans present all smiled with a hint of gloating satisfaction. As he spoke, he replayed the current plight of Tang Hao and Daimobai. However, upon seeing the eye-watering footage, they all stared intently, their eyes widening in wonder, their minds pounding. Interesting, truly interesting. Daimobai's despairing eyes are the most delicious food for thought. After witnessing Daimobai's plight, Tang San, in Dao Wu, gazed back at the video with eyes filled with rapture and admiration. Tang San, in Dao and Dao Yi, were no exception, their faces brimming with morbid smiles. It was clear they had been tortured for so long, their hearts clearly desperate for release. Yu Xiaogang, startled by the noise of Tang San and the others, was also startled. However, upon seeing the video footage of Daimobai and Tang Hao in their current state, a look of horror spread across his face. He lay dazed, mumbling to himself, crouched on the wall of the lamp. No, no. Scar, Bucktooth, you can't do this to me. In the far north, a surge of bloody energy permeated the land for 100 miles. Beneath the pitch-black earth, not a trace of life remained. White ash floated on the top, the bone dust left by the drained life force of human life. However, just beyond the Blood River God Slaying formation, Cao Deji had already arrived on the battlefield, bearing the 11th level fixed type spirit guide shells gifted to him by Fu Ye. He had complete faith in Fu Ye. He knew that an 11th level fixed type spirit guide shell wasn't as powerful as a 12th level one, but the combined power of these shells was likely no less than that of a 12th level one. Their greatest concern now was whether the Holy Spirit cult would truly rely on the so-called Blood River God Slaying formation to cultivate a 100 level deity through bloodshed. If they succeeded, the continent would undoubtedly be devastated. Shrek's men had also arrived, as had Muye and his close disciple, Erahing. After all, the safety of the continent depended on this, and as the most powerful being at the pinnacle of the continent, he would not compromise. Of course, Shrek Academy didn't send out all its forces. Instead, it left Pavilion Master Yun Ming behind to guard the academy, lest anyone with ill intentions attack the academy again. Teacher Fu Ye, can we really defeat these desperate criminals? Zhu Xiaoyan watched the blood-red light rising into the sky in the distance. Although she had long since witnessed life and death, she was still a little frightened by the scene. Don't worry, this formation is the Holy Spirit cult's only hope. As long as we break it, all the evil soul masters within will be lambs to the slaughter. Elsewhere, in the rare town guarded by the Federation. Sister Fozi, was this formation really created by Mother? Lan Mengting, the reincarnated form of Tang Wutong, clutched her head, clearly unable to believe this could be true. But at that moment, Ningguo leaned over to support her, whispering, Miss Mengting, I don't think the one who created this Blood River God Slaying formation was His Majesty the Demon Emperor, but the Ghost Emperor, who has been controlling the Holy Spirit cult since His Majesty's illness. Hearing Ningguo's words, Lan Mengting finally regained consciousness. Meanwhile, Lan Fuzi gently placed his hand on Ningguo's shoulder, hushing her. Mengting, I know some truths will make you uncomfortable. Many things are not as simple as they appear. Lan Fuzi had known about the Ghost Emperor's plan from the beginning, even being the first to know about his plan to bomb Shrek Academy. Although this incident was somewhat abrupt, she had known about it all along. She had followed Mengting and Ruo out to protect them. After all, she couldn't guarantee that her mother would treat them the same way she had treated herself. There was even a possibility that they would be absorbed by her and die. As for the former Rakshasa god who had chosen Meng Dong as her successor, she only learned of this not long ago after discovering that the dark and evil forces within Meng Dong had been completely dispelled. And Bibi Dong's existence was known only to these three of them. After all, she was a former deity even though her throne had been shattered. With the divine realm vanishing and the continent in turmoil, the reappearance of a former deity on the continent would undoubtedly trigger a series of events. Even the Ghost Emperor might attempt to seize Bibi Dong, her remaining soul, in order to achieve deityhood. Lan Fuzi gazed at the long-planned, dark, soul-guided artillery emplacement in the distance, her heart in a state of deep conflict. As the daughter of the Demon Emperor, she should have helped her mother resolve her difficulties, but deep down, she didn't believe her mother's thoughts were correct. Tang San was indeed her father's murderer, but that had nothing to do with the people on the continent. They hated Tang San, and only Tang San. But now, her mother wanted to vent her anger on the ordinary people of the continent, leaving her feeling torn and hesitant. Mother, our enemy is Tang San, the sea god Tang San who destroyed our family. It has nothing to do with the inhabitants of the continent. Inside the Shrek Academy and Tang Sect encampment. Cao Deji, what are you hesitating about, old man? Didn't I give you 7 or 8 level 11 fixed type soul guided artillery shells? Just throw them. At the forefront of the battlefield, Fu Ye stepped through a spatial portal and arrived. Besides the few remaining elders from the Sea God Pavilion, Yali, Ninali, and Kai Yu were also present. That's easy to say. But if these 11th level fixed type soul guide shells fail to destroy the Blood River God Slaying formation, what recourse do we have then? Before he could finish his words, dozens more 11th level fixed type soul guide shells of various shapes materialized in Fu Ye's palm. Don't worry. I have plenty of level 11 shells. Besides, the eternal heaven is in my hands now. And I don't believe the Holy Spirit Church can withstand my attacks with just the so-called formation. Fu Ye's voice was soft but powerful. Upon hearing this, Cao Deshi didn't hesitate and immediately called on several high-ranking members of the Tang sect to set up soul-guide artillery batteries. Soon, 7 or 8 strange sparks streaked across the sky. They were now charging towards the Blood River God slaying formation. Meanwhile, the Demon Emperor, who was constantly absorbing the energy of the Rom souls and the blood energy within the Blood River God slaying formation, seemed to sense the several shells in the sky. But she scoffed at this. After all, she was already a peak demigod. Having absorbed so much resentful power and blood energy, her strength had already reached the pinnacle of demigodhood, leaving her only one step away from becoming a true god. However, as the shells landed on the Blood River God slaying formation, she realized she was mistaken, utterly wrong. Boom! As the first shell landed squarely on the protective shield of their formation, the terrifying explosion, like a divine retribution, instantly ripped a hole through the Blood River God slaying formation. Oh no! These aren't ordinary soul guide shells. The Ghost Emperor was the first to react, unleashing a massive green skull to counter the shells. But he was naive. If a 12th level God slaying soul guide shell could kill a demigod, then these 11th level fixed type soul guide shells were powerful enough to rip apart even a fully powered ultimate Dolo. Fu Ye saw this and a smile appeared on his lips. At his side, a trace of spatial force began to surge. 7 11th level fixed type soul guided shells crafted by Fu Ye unleashed a force unmatched by any other fixed type soul guided shells. A terrifying shockwave reverberated across the battlefield as time and space seemed to stand still. Buzz! A piercing hum echoed across the ears of those hundreds of miles away, and several dazzling white lights obscured everyone's vision. As the white light faded, everyone finally saw the Blood River God slaying formation, now largely shattered. Without its protection, all the abyssal creatures within were exposed to human fire. The Ghost Emperor, who had narrowly escaped death, was now hidden by the multitude of abyssal creatures, having only just survived thanks to their protection. Even more furious was the Demon Emperor, who controlled the Blood River God slaying formation. She had been just one step away from reaching godhood, yet everything she had was destroyed by these human soul-guided shells. Before she could react, 2 more shells, each of different colors, arced in black and white, hurtling towards them. Oh no! They actually have weapons of this caliber. The Ghost Emperor's voice instantly awakened the Demon Emperor, but what good could awakening do? What was coming would come. Suddenly, the world turned grey and black. Boom! An explosion even more violent than the previous one erupted within the Blood River God slaying formation, leaving everyone stunned. Soon, a streak of white light emanated from the Shrek and Tang sect forces, charging directly towards the Blood River God slaying formation. Crack! The sound of space shattering echoed across the battlefield, and the sharp-eyed extreme dolos witnessed a shocking scene. Space was ripped apart, revealing the abyssal creatures and the Holy Spirit cultists who had escaped into the dimensional rift. Human, you are courting death. A voice filled with resentment filled the battlefield. However, upon seeing Fu Ye, wielding a gilded longsword and clad in a black gold battle robe, the Ghost Emperor instinctively hid himself behind the Demon Emperor. After all, Yun Ming might not be able to kill him with a single shot, but Fu Ye could definitely finish him off with a single strike. He'd accidentally been struck by Fu Ye's sword while fleeing, and he still hadn't recovered from the impact. Another blow now would have been fatal. Haha, then, let's see who's courting death. The Demon Emperor was already severely wounded. How could we let him get away like this? Deep Sea Demon Veil. The Demon Emperor attempted to unleash her true form to confront Fu Ye head-on, but before she could mobilize her soul power, Fu Ye slapped her in the abdomen, instantly disrupting her soul power. Immediately afterwards, a terrifying spatial force appeared in Fu Ye's palm, and the Demon Emperor vanished almost instantly. Having done this, Fu Ye turned to look at the Ghost Emperor, who was now trying to escape. Ghost Emperor, long time no see. I remember you throwing firecrackers at me so clearly. Fu Ye's voice was calm, but to the Ghost Emperor, it sounded like a demon from hell. The true form of the Pluto sword. At that moment, a giant sword, gleaming with a faint purple light, rushed from the back of Fu Ye's neck, and Fu Ye's mouth curled up slightly. Without turning or offering any defense, he simply let the opponent attack him. Clang! A sharp explosion echoed as Hades Halosa's most powerful attack pierced Fu Ye's body, but his attack was blocked by a nearly transparent, 9-colored light. Halosa, you are favored by the underworld god. If the divine realm still existed, you might have been recruited. But unfortunately, you were born at the wrong time. Although you have received the god's recognition, you cannot truly become a god. With this, Halosa's martial spirit began to shatter from the tip of the sword, ultimately shattering into pieces. Swish! Without hesitation, Fu Ye's dragon blade obliterated Hades Halosa. The members of the Holy Spirit cult were already stained with endless sinful blood. Although Halosa was cherished by the underworld god, that was none of his business. Puff! Crimson blood splattered everywhere, and the creatures of the abyss, sensing this powerful force, began to stir frantically. No, you can't kill me. I will become a god. I am the master of this world. At that moment, after watching Fu Ye seal the Demon Emperor's soul power and take him away, and then slay the Hades Halosa with a single sword strike, the Ghost Emperor knew in his heart that he would die. He absolutely would. Order judgment. A piercing black gold blade of light instantly spanned 100 miles, shredding all the abyssal creatures that had just entered, and also shattering the surrounding space for dozens of miles. Meanwhile, the Abyssal Saint Lord, far away in the abyssal plane, was heartbroken upon witnessing the scene. After all, he had released abyssal creatures from almost 2 smaller planes onto Dolo continent. And now, they had all been slain by the enemy with a single strike. Was he going to take the abyss with him and leave? The thought was instantly dismissed. His abyssal plane could not leave Dolo continent like this. He had gone to great lengths to find this not so powerful, yet abundantly energetic plane. If he could refine and devour him as his own origin plane, his power would soar to the level of the Divine King. In the future, when he devoured other star regions, he could act even more recklessly. After all, among all the star regions with life, Divine King level combat power was the absolute pinnacle. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, Fu Ye repaired the shattered space and returned directly to the Dragon Realm. After all, although the Demon Emperor's soul power had been imprisoned by her, it would be disastrous if she went mad and tore down his own flowers and plants. In the Dragon Realm, the Demon Emperor stood in the center of the mansion, brimming with blood and evil, his dark eyes gazing warily around. However, at this moment, Fu Ye's figure appeared before her again, and upon seeing him, the Demon Emperor instinctively took a half step back. Despicable human, what on earth do you want to do? Hearing her call him despicable and human, Fu Ye simply threw her into the pool in the center of the mansion to sober up. In the Dragon Realm, Fu Ye looked at the now bloodless Demon Emperor, a faint smile playing on his lips. I never thought that you, the Demon Emperor of the Holy Spirit cult, would be such a lunatic with limited mental strength. The Demon Emperor, floating in the pool, seemed to understand his words, a hint of anger etched across his slightly confused face. Human, victory or defeat is our destiny. Now, you can kill or chop me up. The Demon Emperor knew he was no match for Fu Ye. Furthermore, the Blood River God slaying formation had been breached, and the Holy Spirit cult's leaders had all perished in the horrific explosion. Fortunately, her daughter, Lan Fuzi, wasn't there, otherwise they might have perished in the blast. Seeing the Demon Emperor's unwavering demeanor, Fu Ye waved his hand helplessly. Kill you? Why would I kill you? There are so many ways to inflict pain on someone, and killing is just the worst option. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, the Demon Emperor's crimson eyes flashed with fury. But before she could say anything, Fu Ye used his power to seal her mouth. After all, he had heard so much swearing and truly didn't want to hear any more of it. With a single, airborne grab, he plucked the Demon Emperor from the center of the pond. A pale golden ball of light emerged from his right hand, and as the Demon Emperor struggled, he pressed it directly between her eyebrows. Woo, woo, woo. She struggled fiercely, but with her mouth sealed, she couldn't speak. However, soon, as if she sensed something, her ferocious movements gradually weakened. Seeing this, Fu Ye's eyes flickered with a hint of amusement. Lord Demon Emperor, why did you stop? Fu Ye looked at the Demon Emperor, whom he had imprisoned, with amusement. Even after hearing his words, the Demon Emperor still glared at him with eyes filled with rage, though the murderous intent in them seemed much less intense. As she gradually regained her composure, Fu Ye removed the seal that had sealed her mouth. What the hell are you? There's no way a human being like you could exist. The Devil Emperor's words were filled with ambiguity. It was clear that after regaining her composure, she had immediately recognized that Fu Ye was no ordinary human. What a thing. You're such a harsh woman, but to be honest, I can be considered your benefactor. After all, Tang San is now in my hands. Fu Ye's voice was quiet, but the Devil Emperor's pupils widened at his words. Tang San is in your hands. No, that's impossible. He's already a god, how could he possibly be in the hands of a mortal like you? Although the Devil Emperor was willing to believe Fu Ye's words, she was well aware of the power of the God Kings. Even the Deep-Sea Demon Whale King had been no match for Tang San. Haha, I'm not lying, but you're not yet qualified to go to the prison to see the plight of Tang San and the others. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, the Devil Emperor instantly grasped the key information. Tang San has been imprisoned by you. The Devil Emperor's voice was filled with disbelief. Well, to be precise, it is true. I have locked them up in a special space, where they are being roasted by flames day and night. But soon she seemed to have thought of something and looked at Fu Ye with a look of horror. You know who I am. And you also know. Her voice abruptly trailed off, her expression betraying her inner thoughts. Haha, you're one of only 2 deep-sea demon whale kings in the ocean today. The other one should be that little girl Lan Fuzi, right? The Demon King's pupils widened, having never expected the other party to know so much about her. Who are you, exactly? You can't possibly know my true identity. Fu Ye simply shook his head in response to her question. Since I've completely repaired your mental defects, I'll leave the task of tending the flowers and watering the trees in my mansion to you from now on. Fu Ye said this, unconcerned about her agreement, and immediately produced a formal maid outfit similar to the one Ah Hin was wearing. It featured white stockings, white gloves, a blue, black, and white skirt with accessories, and a wide, golden red borders that flowed down to the hem. Although it was a maid outfit, it exuded a sense of nobility and dominance. The maid who used to clean here was recently assigned to help out in the valley. From now on, all matters in the mansion will be your responsibility. If you don't clean properly, I'll tie you to a tree and whip your buttocks with a cane. Fu Ye's voice was so casual, as if he was speaking to his own servant. Yet, the truth was, Ah Hin had always been responsible for cleaning the Dragon Valley. Now that Ling Zichen had asked her to be his assistant, he naturally needed to find another free maid to help with repairs and housekeeping. You human, don't even think of asking me to do such lowly work. Soon, Demon Emperor Lan Miao, with a face full of shame, covered her red and swollen buttocks with one hand. In the other, she held a broom and a map of the mansion's cleaning procedures, including a diagram of all the rooms. The rooms need to be cleaned once a week, and the plants in the mansion need to be watered daily. Lan Miao continued to look defiant, and Fu Ye raised his eyebrows slightly at this. Before she could react, she was restrained once again. Slap, slap. This time, the Demon Emperor Lan Miao was finally obedient. With her soul power sealed to a mere 40-level soul master, she couldn't stir up any trouble against Fu Ye. I spared your life and cured your mental illness, and now I can't even ask you to work as a maid in my mansion. Lan Miao could barely feel her butt anymore, as this time Fu Ye used a slap instead of a willow branch. The Demon Emperor was clearly still unconvinced, but ultimately, fearing a beating, she refused. I understand. I will complete the task you assign me at the appointed time and place. She paused. But I hope you can spare my daughter. This was all revenge on my own, and she had no involvement in our actions from beginning to end. Lan Miao knew she was defeated. Although the enemy hadn't killed her directly, the feeling of serving under him was a deep-seated humiliation. As long as she doesn't cause me any trouble, I'll ignore her. But if she does. Fu Ye glanced back at the Demon Emperor Lan Miao. My mansion is huge, and having only you as a maid is clearly not enough. But soon, Lan Miao felt her soul being ripped out by an inexplicable force. Then, she saw her body, long tainted by evil, being torn apart. Then, as her consciousness gradually cleared, she found herself restored to her original form. Lan Miao felt a rollercoaster of emotions. If her previous body still harbored hidden wounds and impurities, now it was as vibrant and energetic as a newborn. As if noting her incredulous gaze, Fu Ye spoke. I've given you a new body. I won't allow so much filth and stain to be stained upon my maids in the Dragon Realm. Hearing Fu Ye's words, Lan Miao felt her worldview shift. She had imagined Fu Ye to be powerful, even stronger than herself, but she hadn't expected him to be capable of such a feat. She felt something was wrong with her pure soul. Her cultivation was gone. If she had previously been a level 99 demigod, her cultivation sealed, leaving her at the soul sect level, then now she was truly a mere soul sect cultivator. She finally breathed a sigh of relief after examining her body. After all, she could sense the deep sea demon whale king bloodline within her was still intact. It was just that she had now become a human soul master, her martial spirit still seemingly her own deep sea demon whale. She released her 4 spirit rings, only to be bewilderedly see they were actually 4 orange gold ferocious beast spirit rings. What the hell? She was clearly bewildered. She had inexplicably been reborn into a soul master. Your cultivation is now in my hands. If you want it back, work hard and cultivate diligently every day. When I see your contribution to the Dragon Realm, I will naturally return it to you. Of course, the Dragon Realm is filled with immortal spirit energy. Perhaps after you cultivate here for a while, they will look down on your original mixed spiritual power. After all this, Fu Ye didn't rush Lan Miao to get back to work. After some thought, he decided to release the maids in his Wu Yu spiritual world, who had been left alone for years, to put them to good use. After all, his Dragon Realm was a bit deserted, and since it was large, it would be difficult for Lan Miao to clean it up alone. Soon, before Lan Miao's astonished eyes, 2 figures, one tall and one short, appeared, as if they had just been replaced. Sure enough, wasn't this the Dao Wu Xiuwu and Dao Yi Lolita version of Lan Miao, who had been trapped in Wu Yu's spiritual world? Where is this? Upon seeing the unfamiliar surroundings, both women were stunned. After all, they had spent the past few years in Wu Yu's spiritual world, feeling somewhat lonely yet strangely happy. Soon, they saw a figure they would never forget. Sir, sir. Upon seeing Fu Ye, they knelt down with barely a chuckle, their heads bowed low and their bodies trembling slightly. Get up, everyone. From now on, you will serve as maids here with her. Soon, Fu Ye assigned them their respective tasks. Since they had previously been spirits, he now used the power of his life force to create new bodies for them. Sir, since you have condensed a new body for me, please give me a new name. Dao Wu Xiuwu knelt on one knee before Fu Ye, a hint of fear in her expression. Upon hearing this, Fu Ye's eyes flickered with thought. Then you'll be called Wu Maya. He leaned over to her, gently caressing her delicate cheek with his fingers. Almost instantly, he could see the natural allure of her face in the alluring corners of her eyes. As the administrator, Fu Ye was well aware of Dao Wu Xiuwu's activities within the Wu Yu spiritual world. Besides eating, drinking, and having fun, she spent her days posing in front of the mirror. Over time, her demeanor had transformed completely from what it had been before. The lowly version of Lan Miao often imitated Dao Wu Xiuwu's stance, her delicate figure now possessing a charming aura. 7 days later, at Shrek Academy. Fu Ye was walking down the central street of Shrek City, preparing to head to the Spirit Pagoda headquarters, when he was stopped by a handsome, blue-haired young man in a black cloak. He looked at Fu Ye with a determined expression, and Fu Ye immediately recognized his background. Name, Lan Fuzi. Martial Soul, Deep Sea Demon Whale. Level 99, Ultimate Dolo. Identity, Daughter of the Demon Emperor. Past experience. I want to know if my mother is still alive. Hearing her words, a faint smile played on Fu Ye's lips. The Holy Spirit cult's Demon Emperor is punishable by all. As the strongest being on the continent, how can I keep her around if I don't kill her? Fu Ye's voice was as calm as Lan Fuzi's previous words. You. It was clear that Lan Fuzi was furious upon hearing the news of his mother's death. But she also knew she couldn't defeat Fu Ye, who stood before her and recognized her. It seems you miss her very much. If so, I'll take you to see her, and bring along your 2 little girls who've been observing the situation from the shadows. A strange smile played at Fu Ye's lips as he spoke, and Lan Fuzi's eyes widened at the thought. Hurry. Before she could finish her words, Fu Ye tapped her forehead, sealing her power to the Soul Master level. Immediately, she vanished from the spot. Meanwhile, Lan Mengting, the reincarnation of Tang Wutong, and Ning Ruo, the reincarnation of Ning Rongrong, watched from afar, their faces filled with panic. But soon, they, too, were enveloped by a dense spatial force. Swish! In a split second, they, like Lan Fuzi, vanished. Elsewhere, within the Dragon Realm. Lan Fuzi, who had just arrived, saw Lan Miao, dressed in a maid outfit, watering the flowers. Mother. Lan Fuzi hugged Lan Miao tightly upon seeing her. It was obvious that she was a little excited. Lan Miao, on the other hand, did not look surprised at all upon seeing her arrival. Since you are here, just work here honestly from now on. Before Lan Fuzi, the reincarnated Tang Wutong, and Ning Rongrong could regain their composure, they discovered Fu Ye standing behind them, holding 3 maid outfits identical to those of the Demon Emperor Lan Miao. Who the hell are you? Lan Mengting and Ning Ruo looked at Fu Ye with alarm. After all, it was definitely his doing that they were brought to such a strange place. Little Miao, you should know my methods, right? Talk to them. After all, if they can figure it out, they can avoid suffering. Fu Ye turned to Lan Miao, dressed in maid outfits, a sly smile playing on his face. Yes, Master Fu Ye, I will persuade them to be as obedient as I am. After working here for 7 days, Lan Miao had gradually adapted to life here. It wasn't as tedious as she had imagined. A day's work could be completed in less than half an hour. During this time, she discovered something that surprised her greatly. Lan Miao, the little Lolita who shared her namesake, seemed to be her own past 20,000 years, and Wu Maya was also likely from 20,000 years ago. While she was curious about how Fu Ye had accomplished this, it was clear that her status meant she had no right to question him. Lan Fuzi, the Buddhist girl, had already taken her maid outfit from Fu Ye, though Lan Mengting and Ning Ruo seemed reluctant. Of course, their resistance was met with a willow slap. Soon, Ning Ruo and Lan Mengting, clutching their almost numb buttocks, limped with shame as they took the maid outfits from Fu Ye. From now on, the 3 of you will be responsible for cleaning the mansion. Xiao Miao and Wu Maya will clean the rest of the house and water the plants and trees. Just then, Xiao Yan, Xiao Shuang, and Qian Rangxiu, who had been given a physical body by Fu Ye, arrived hand in hand, striding briskly. Brother Fu Ye, are these 3 new maids? Qian Rangxiu was over 30,000 years old. Although Fu Ye was more powerful than her, she hesitated to address him as senior due to their age. You are living under someone else's roof after all. Calling me Master Fu Ye won't hurt you. Fu Ye felt a pang of disapproval at Qian Rangxiu's address. After all, according to common sense, he was the same age as Bibi Dong, making him over a decade older than Qian Rangxiu. TSK, I've lived for over 30,000 years. How could I possibly call a 100-year-old brat like you, senior? At that moment, Xiao Yan and Xiao Shuang, with brisk steps, each embraced Fu Ye's hand. Hehe, Master Fu don't bother with Xiao Zhu. After all, she's only 30,000 years old. Fu Ye's brow furrowed with rage at Xiao Yan and Xiao Shuang's words. To be honest, you can't talk about age with the immortal species. After all, they look about the same age as you, but they are actually old enough to be your great-grandmother. Qian Rangxiu didn't say anything after hearing what they said. After all, Xiaoyan and Xia Suwang are indeed much older than her. However, the Rakshasa god Bibi Dong, who was originally dormant in the spiritual sea of Lan Mengting, the reincarnation of Tang Wutong, couldn't help but rush out when she saw Qian Rangxiu appearing alive in front of her. But she saw a purple-black shadow rushing out from Lan Mengting's spiritual sea, and Qian Rangxiu, who felt the familiar breath, almost blurted out. Mom. Daughter. Qian Rangxiu and Bibi Dong finally met again after 10,000 years. Fu Ye chose not to disturb them, but he still took precautions and placed a restriction on them. After settling everything in the Dragon Realm, Fu Ye also took stock of the current situation on the continent. The two current threats to the continent were Tang San, who was plaguing the southern continent, and Tang Laoshan, a time traveler who had colluded with the Abyss. Initially, Fu Ye had considered sparing Tang Laoshan, as he had done with Lin Laoshan during his Dao days, but he was determined to die, so he couldn't blame him for being rude. In the far north, Tang Laoshan sat cross-legged, absorbing the endless dark energy from the Abyss. Just then, a towering figure appeared before him, and Tang Laoshan turned his gaze, as if sensing a change of heart. Abyss Saint Lord, didn't we agree? You provide me with sufficient abyssal energy, and I'll help you open a dimensional passage to Dolo continent. What are you doing now? Tang Laoshan, now filled with evil, looked up at the projection of the Abyss Saint Lord standing before him. After all, he was only one step away from entering the realm of godhood he had always dreamed of. Haha, of course, but how can I know if you'll betray me after becoming a god? The energy of godhood is nothing to me in the Abyss, but that doesn't mean I can give it to you so easily. Hearing the Abyss Saint Lord's words, Tang Laoshan raised an eyebrow. After all, that was exactly what he was thinking. He knew the Abyss Saint Lord's character very well. He knew that the energy required to become a god would consume at least 3 layers of his opponent's dimensional worlds, and he would definitely have some hidden tricks up his sleeve. But that didn't matter. The most urgent task now was to raise his strength above godhood, otherwise he would be unable to deal with any unexpected situations without the ability to protect himself. Tell me, what do you want me to do to make you trust me completely? Tang Laoshan had already thrown his weight around. He knew full well that without strength, he would be looked down upon wherever he went. Hehe, all you have to do is eat this abyss seed. After consuming it, you will have a connection with our abyss plane that is imperceptible to the continent, and after consuming it, you will possess an inexhaustible supply of soul power. The Abyss Emperor's words were filled with allure. Tang Laoshan knew in his heart that he absolutely could not eat this abyss seed. However, the Abyss Emperor naturally saw the struggle on his face, his eyes filled with amusement. What? Don't you want to eat? At that moment, the Abyss Saint's pupils suddenly glowed with a purple-black light, and at the same time, Tang Laoshan's pupils also glowed with a purple-black light. No, I can't. Tang Laoshan was completely panicked. He had never expected the Abyss Saint to be so powerful that he could force him to do something against his will with just a projection. However, the truth is that the Abyss energy has been tempering Tang Laoshan's physique day and night for more than a year, so much so that his Golden Dragon bloodline has undergone changes. This is naturally due to some tricks left by the Abyss Saint. After a short while, despite Tang Laoshan's reluctance and struggle, he finally swallowed the Abyss seed, brimming with black energy. Meanwhile, his internal system began to sound a series of alarms. Alarm, Abyss seed detected within the host. Please expel it immediately, or you will be transformed into a semi-abyssal creature. Hearing the system's warnings, Tang Laoshan felt a surge of despair. He wanted to expel the seed from his body, but he couldn't control himself. Meanwhile, in his office at Shrek Academy, Fu Ye gazed at the screen in front of him, a hint of amusement in his eyes. The price of seeking the skin of a tiger is to be left with nothing. Tang Laoshan is truly foolish. Considering that the continent now boasts a recognized god-level warrior like himself, he dared to make a deal with the Abyss Saint Lord. After this battle, the continent will surely ascend to a divine planet, absorbing the power of the Abyss. At that point, with Tang Laoshan's system, wouldn't the sea be vast enough for fish to live, and the sky high enough for birds to fly? Unfortunately, his gaze was too superficial, still contemplating the future through the lens of the plot. But at that moment, a beautiful girl in the red Shrek inner court uniform timidly pushed open the door to his office. Fu Ye looked toward the entrance and saw the little girl, Zhu Xiaoyan. A moment later, Fu Ye's eyes were covered, and Zhu Xiaoyan, now blushing, lay in Fu Ye's arms, hugging him tightly. Brother Fu Ye, you'll probably forgive Xiaoyan, right? Late at night, the dark office was filled with only the twinkling starlight of Zhu Xiaoyan's figure. Fortunately, Fu Ye had set up a barrier beforehand. Otherwise, the flickering light would have surely attracted unwanted attention. The next day, at noon, Zhu Xiaoyan slowly opened her eyes and found herself lying on her small bed. Taking in the familiar surroundings and the pain in her body, she knew her plot had succeeded. She must have been sent back by teacher Fu Ye. As she pondered this, a figure quietly appeared beside her. I didn't expect you to be so shy, little girl. Hearing this familiar voice, Zhu Xiaoyan wanted nothing more than to find a hole to crawl into. She began to say, but the moment she opened her mouth, she felt the pain in her lower abdomen. Although you are titled Dolo, your constitution is still too weak. Have some soup to replenish your energy. Fu Ye hadn't expected Zhu Xiaoyan to be so bold. Elsewhere, in the far north, the Abyss seed, after a day of fermentation, had successfully replaced Tang Laoshan's heart, allowing him to survive in a completely new way. Looking at Tang Laoshan, who had merged with the Abyss seed, the Abyss Sage Lord let a strange smile play across his lips. Tang Laoshan, on the other hand, was now kneeling on the ground in a state of disarray, his eyes filled with fear and unease. Hehe, since you have already merged with the seed of the Abyss, it means that you have gained my trust. Now I can temporarily lend you this energy that is enough to reach the god level. The Saint Lord of the Abyss laughed sinisterly. That's right, he was only lending it, not giving it away, and Tang Laoshan would have to return it in the future. However, what could Tang Laoshan say to the Abyss Sage Lord's impertinent request? Right now, he wasn't even sure he'd survive after opening the passage to the abyssal plane. Haha, thank you very much. Tang Laoshan knew he had no choice. His system was indeed capable of absorbing energy above the divine level, but the Abyss seed implanted in him by the Abyss Sage Lord was only at the ultimate Dolo level. Immediately afterwards, the Abyss Sage Lord's phantom waved his hand, injecting energy directly into the Abyss Seed within Tang Arshan's body. Elsewhere, in the southern part of the continent, blood-red and pristine white light erupted across a plain. Only when he got closer could he see that a strikingly beautiful girl was battling a blood-soaked young man. 9 soul skill, illusionary world, demon suppressing bell. A terrifying, dreamlike golden bell enveloped nearly the entire plain. The blood-red figure within, upon hearing the resonant ringing, eyes lit up with bloodshot and frenzy. Raw. A wave of sound, like that of a wild beast, erupted from the young man's mouth, surprisingly rivaling the sound of the stunning girl's bell. But at that moment, a light, airy voice echoed from beside her. Sister Nali, it seems you're a bit overwhelmed by this evil demon alone. Let me lend a hand. Hearing her words, the stunning girl nodded. You, be careful too. The creature's blood energy is highly corrosive. My illusionary sound bell was just corroded by it. They were, of course, illusionary sound Dolo Nunali and Silver Moon Dolo Kaiyu. Their opponent was, of course, Tang San, now a fallen evil spirit master. Don't worry, no matter how bizarre his abilities are, they're no match for Hayu's divine radiance. When Kaiyu, the continent's recognized witch, attacked, the battle between Nunali and Tang San suddenly gained an overwhelming advantage. Nunali soon sealed Tang San's spirit energy with the phantom sound bell, but Kaiyu, playing it safe, simply used her spirit to chop off Tang San's limbs. Sister Nali, this evil spirit master is incredibly treacherous and unforgivable. How about we gouge out his eyes as well? Kaiyu, before Tang San's horrified gaze, shattered his limbs and completely sealed his ultimate Dolo level cultivation. Just chop off his limbs and seal his spirit energy. Leave his eyes and tongue alone for now. Nunali also wanted to gouge out Tang San's eyes and tongue, but Fu Ye had told them to hold off on killing him for now, as he needed to interrogate him once he was brought back. At this moment, after hearing the voices of Nunali and Kaiyu, Tang San's pupils were filled with fear. No, you can't. Bang! Inside Shrek Academy, Tang San was left in Fu Ye's office, looking utterly awful, by Kaiyu and Nunali. Honey, this guy's abilities are truly bizarre. Even if we cut off his limbs, he'd be able to grow them back in a short time. Kaiyu, with a playful expression, lay beside Fu Ye, and Nunali did the same. Well, you've been so hard on yourself for traveling to the southern continent. What kind of reward would you like? Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, Kaiyu and Nunali exchanged a glance. A week, no, a month, stop teasing us. Let's get some rest. Kaiyu's words startled Fu Ye, while Kaiyu and Nunali sat blushing. Seeing their expressions, Fu Ye gave them a rare look. You two were the ones who kept saying it wasn't enough the other day, and now you're complaining about your husband being too strong. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, Kaiyu grasped his hand. Hubby, why don't you also take in Wu Shao and Wu Suju? I see they both seem to like you, just like I did back then. Nunali agreed after hearing Kaiyu's words. After all, Fu Ye was incredibly strong in that area. Even if they were grouped as 3 girls, each group would only have 2 or 3 days of break time at most. Yeah, not just Wu Shao, but Yuan En, Xinglan, and Xiao Yan are all good options too. I think their eyes would glare when they saw you. Fu Ye. However, Tang San, upon hearing the conversation between Nunali, Kaiyu, and Fu Ye, was furious. Wu Shao was Xiao Wu's reincarnation, after all. She absolutely couldn't be manipulated by that bastard Fu Ye. Let's talk about this later. I'll deal with this guy first. Fu Ye patted Nunali and Kaiyu's heads and turned to look at Tang San, whose eyes were now filled with rage. Well, then, you can interrogate this fellow first. Sister Nali and I will go shopping with Sister Yule. In the Dragon Realm, at Fu Ye's residence, Wu Maya and Lan Miao, both dressed in maid outfits, gathered around after seeing what was happening. Master Fu Ye, who was he? Lan Miao felt a sense of familiarity with the human-like, blood-colored creature before her, but she couldn't identify it. At that moment, Tang San's eyes filled with disbelief as he took in the figures around him. You were the Demon Emperor. No, aren't you dead? Tang San had heard firsthand how Fu Ye had slain the Demon Emperor and all the Holy Spirit cult leaders with a single blow, yet here he was, alive and well. Do you know me? Demon Emperor Lan Miao's red and blue eyes flickered in confusion as she heard the blood-skinned figure before her call out her title. At this moment, Wu Mia, who was the reincarnation of Xiao Wu during the Dao Wu period, also felt that there seemed to be a familiar aura on the blood-skinned man in front of her. Of course he knows you. After all, he was once the almighty god King Tang San. Now, after the explosion in the god realm, he's reincarnated and returned here once again. Fu Ye's words stunned Lan Miao and the others present. Not only them, but even Tang San's eyes widened in horror. You actually know. Tang San stared at Fu Ye, eyes bloodshot. It was hard to believe he even knew his identity. Indeed, I've known of your existence since you drifted here from the Star Luo Federation. Isn't that right, classmate Tang Xuan? Hearing Fu Ye's name, Tang San felt his head explode. Of course, I also knew about you being captured in the Tianhai City underground black market and forced to work as a gigolo. I thought you'd die there, but I didn't expect you to rely on the Tang sect's unique skills to persevere and even enter Shrek Academy. Fu Ye's voice was calm from beginning to end, but Tang San felt a chill down his spine. Who are you, anyway? How did you know about the unprecedented explosion in the God Realm, and how did you know I was reincarnated here? Tang San knew he had no chance of escaping this fate, but he wanted to know how the other party knew all this. TSK, secrets can't be revealed, but I do know a lot about the God Realm explosion. I was a witness, after all. As Fu Ye chatted with Tang San, who was nailed to the wooden frame, he spotted Qian Rangxiu and Bibi Dong, a pair of freeloaders, briskly approaching. Fu Ye, what are you doing here? Qian Rangxiu and Bibi Dong arrived arm in arm, but when they saw the bloody Tang San before them, their eyes flickered with surprise. Qian Rangxiu, Bibi Dong, I see you two have quite a bit of free time. Put on these 2 maid outfits later. You'll have to work here to earn the right to live here. With this, Fu Ye immediately took out 2 maid outfits. Qian Rangxiu was a little furious at this, but Bibi Dong simply held her down. For the time being, Fu Ye had no thoughts about Qian Rangxiu, Bibi Dong, and the others. As the saying goes, you have to fatten up the rabbit before eating it. Since they were all in the Dragon Realm, he wouldn't rush them. Yes, we will do our part, Bibi Dong smiled and nodded in agreement. Qian Rangxiu's wrist was tightly grasped by Bibi Dong, and she had no power to break free. Seeing Bibi Dong's understanding, Fu Ye didn't say anything more. However, he had just noticed that Qian Rangxiu seemed to be about to show her teeth, so he would find an opportunity to discipline her later. Soon, when Qian Rangxiu and Bibi Dong realized that the person before them was Tang San, the man who had imprisoned them for 20,000 years, a chill filled the air. Fu Ye effortlessly created a special small space and placed some powerful torture instruments within it. From now on, those who have grudges will be avenged, those who have grievances will be repaid. In this small space, Tang San will never die. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, a faint green light flashed in Qian Rangxiu and Bibi Dong's eyes. Lan Miao glanced at the slender mace on the ground and came up with a brilliant idea. Soon, Tang San's shrill screams echoed from the small space Fu Ye had just created. However, with the blessing of his pure life force, even Tang San's death was now a difficult task. In the far north of Dolo continent, a pillar of purple-black light shot up into the sky. Witnessing this, Ditian and his companions knew it was a sign of someone ascending to godhood. Meanwhile, within the Star Dao Great Forest, Ditian observed. I never thought a god would still be born on this continent after the disappearance of the god realm. But if his aura is limited to this, it's not a big deal. Ditian gazed at the pillar of light rising from the continent's far north, a hint of fear in his deep eyes. Meanwhile, Zhongjun, standing beside him, shone a glint of anger in his deep yellow eyes. Ditian, humans have now found a way to become gods, while we soul beasts are still bound by the rules set by the god realm. If another 10 years pass. Zhongjun paused, knowing that Ditian, too, was aware of the gravity of the situation. Don't worry for now. According to the news sent by the Lord, the Dragon God still favors us soul beasts, and he's already elevated Dragon Valley to the divine realm. Na also frequently wandered here, and as Ditian's number one lackey, he naturally knew something about Dragon Valley's current situation. Just like when Fu Ye devoured the demonic plane and channeled all its energy into Dragon Valley, that pure energy could definitely elevate the small plane of Dragon Valley to divine status. Divine level. Does that mean our soul beasts can finally rise? Before Zhongjun could finish his words, Ditian slapped him across the face to sober him up. Pa, don't talk nonsense like that. The Dragon God has reincarnated as a human. I believe he won't allow humanity to perish. Ditian was thinking deeply, and he knew that with the strength of his soul beast clan, they absolutely couldn't afford to offend Fu Ye, not to mention that Na and Fu Ye, the reincarnation of the Dragon God, were in the same boat. At this moment, Ziji and Biji, nestled in the bushes of the Tree of Life, had also taken in Ditian's words. I never thought Lord Fu Ye could be so powerful, capable of possibly creating a small world of divine energy in this godless land. Ziji's eyes sparkled. Biji nodded excitedly. Yes, Lord Dragon God is immensely powerful. I can sense the aura of that godlike being just now is quite dark, and I can even detect a hint of abyssal creatures within it. Biji, a soul beast of the life attribute, was particularly sensitive to the power of the abyss. But at this moment, two powerful spatial forces appeared beside Ditian and Zhongjun. Ka. The spatial portal opened, revealing two silver figures alternating. Ditian, tell the remaining people of the forest to prepare. Powerful beings above the abyssal god level have arrived on the continent. You and them should seek refuge at the Myriad Beast Terrace to preserve the fire for our soul beasts. Ji Yu's voice was emotionless, almost commanding. That's right. Brother Fu Ye also told me that you should take refuge in the 10,000 Beasts Terrace first. After he has resolved the issue of the abyss, he will start to resolve the conflict between us and humans. Na's voice was ethereal, clearer than Ji Yu's. In the inner circle of the far north, Tang Laoshan sat there in a daze, staring at his arms and legs, now transformed into the sharp claws of abyssal creatures. Only his appearance and face remained human. At that moment, terrifying spatial cracks appeared behind him. From them emerged the tidal wave of abyssal creatures that had been shattered a few days ago. Among them were the remaining 6 quasi-god emperors of the abyss, as well as a spiritual emperor whose spiritual power had reached the 3rd level of the divine realm. Are you calling Tang Laoshan? My lord told you not to play tricks and led us abyssal creatures to conquer key locations on Dolo continent. After all, you don't have any choice now. The spiritual emperor, amused, slashed Tang Laoshan's arms with his sharp claws, but found he couldn't leave a single mark. Seeing this, he couldn't help but sigh at the power of creatures that had broken through their limitations, and a flicker of heat flickered in his eyes. You must know that if the abyss lineage devours the entire continent, their overall strength will rise, and his power will rise alongside the abyss, reaching the heights currently reached by the abyss Saint Lord. But in the next second, bang! Tang Laoshan punched the chattering spiritual emperor standing beside him, sending him flying. Feeling the pain, the spiritual emperor's eyes darkened. Brad, don't forget that your current power was granted by the Saint Lord. Now that the gates to our abyss have been opened, I believe the Saint Lord can withdraw your power with a wave of his hand, leaving you utterly annihilated. The spiritual emperor, assuming Tang Laoshan was mad and ready to turn against him, threatened him, but Tang Laoshan merely scoffed. Don't worry, that bastard, the abyss Saint Lord, told me everything the moment I became a god. I'm not someone who's ignorant of the situation. He paused. TSK, perhaps I'm no longer human anymore. A hint of resignation flashed across Tang Laoshan's eyes. He had intended to exploit the abyss Saint Sovereign, but he'd ended up having his freedom and life shackled by him. Thinking back on his journey, it was truly ironic. Honestly, he regretted it a bit. Of course, it wasn't that he'd absorbed the power of the abyss to strengthen himself, but rather that he shouldn't have caused the god realm to explode, shouldn't have chosen such a rubbish. If he'd followed the plot and chosen the complete Golden Dragon King bloodline, or even the Silver Dragon King, he might be enjoying immense success by now. However, there's no such thing as regret, and Tang Laoshan couldn't go back to the moment he made the choice. HMPH, it's best you recognize reality. Now that you've devoured the abyss seed, you should be able to sense the Saint Sovereign's terrifying power. Strive to help the Saint Sovereign devour the Dolo plane, and perhaps he'll leave you with this cultivation to become the next abyss emperor. The spiritual emperor slowly stood up. As the supreme being beneath the abyss Saint Sovereign, his strength was unquestionable. Even if the god level Tang Laoshan were to strike him with a punch, his injuries would heal at an incredible speed. Tang Laoshan already had a goal in mind. Since he had become an abyssal creature, did this mean that he could rely on the power of the system to devour the abyss emperor and replace him? Because Shrek survived the Holy Spirit cult's extermination, the continent is now remarkably stable, even leading to the unusually well-behaved evil spirit masters hiding within the official ranks. After all, the shock of Fu Ye slaying the demon emperor and the Holy Spirit cult's leaders was too profound for them. In this godless age, Fu Ye, the continent's most powerful being, has become a deity in their hearts. Dragon Realm, Ji Yu, and Na arrived here together. They also saw Tang San, imprisoned by Fu Ye, and several maids who had arrived a few days earlier. Ha! Qian Rangxiu, you've become Brother Fu Ye's maid too. Na looked at Qian Rangxiu, dressed in a maid outfit, with curiosity, a subtle smile playing on her lips. However, Qian Rangxiu blushed at Na's question and offered no rebuttal. TSK, being a maid is fine. We're just trying to make a living in the Dragon Realm, it's not shabby. She had always been a wandering soul, ready to scatter across the heavens at any moment. Now that she had a body and a place to live, what was wrong with being a maid? Qian Rangxiu had finally come to her senses. As long as she could be with her beloved sister, Bibi Dong, nothing else mattered. Just then, Fu Ye arrived. Na, Ji Yu, tell the soul beasts. After we resolve the issue with the Abyss Sage Lord, I'll find a way to provide them with a relatively safe and unrestrained habitat. Na and Ji Yu's eyes lit up at Fu Ye's words. Yes, we've already notified the Tian and the others to head to the myriad beasts terrace created by that little monkey. It was Ji Yu who replied, her deep concern for the future of the soul beasts evident. Well, I'll have to trouble them for a bit. After we slay the Abyss Sage Lord and channel his power to the Dragon Valley and the mainland, I'll begin scouting for a suitable habitat for them. Fu Ye's voice was serious, without a hint of joking. Brother Fu Ye is the best, but can Ji Yu and I stay with him? Na's words startled Ji Yu, who was standing nearby. Honestly, whether in terms of bloodline or future development, choosing to stay with Fu Ye, the reincarnation of the Dragon God, was the absolute best choice. Sure. As long as we channel the Abyss Sage Lord's energy into our Dragon Realm, it could very well become a small divine realm. Once we recover the lost super artifact, the Dragon Ascension Pillar, and establish it at the core of the Dragon Realm, our Dragon Realm could very well become the next divine realm. Fu Ye's words stirred a wave of excitement among those present, and Qian Rangxiu and Bibi Dong felt a wave of disbelief as well. After all, if this place were to become a divine realm, wouldn't they, in effect, also become gods? Then Brother Fu Ye must confer a powerful divine title upon me, at least one higher than Ji Yu's. Na said this, glancing at Ji Yu, whose face was filled with gloom. Don't worry, if our Dragon Realm truly can become the next divine realm, I think our level could surpass that of Divine King, reaching the heights the previous Dragon God aspired to reach. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, Ji Yu's eyes narrowed slightly, and the words practically blurted out. The realm of creation. As the rational part of the former Dragon God, Ji Yu knew exactly what realm Fu Ye was referring to, but their words left Qian Rangxiu and the others perplexed. It was at this point that Na began to explain. I'm sure you are all aware that there's a strict hierarchy between gods. Level 100 Priest, Level 110 3rd Level God, Level 122nd Level God, Level 131st Level God, Level 150 God King, Level 200 Creation God. Hearing Na's account, Bibi Dong and Qian Rangxiu finally understood that there were even higher realms above God King, and that the harder it became to break through, the higher the level. Brother Fu Ye, I believe that divine aura must have been conjured by the Abyss through some unknown force on Dolo Star. While I don't know how it was able to conceal Sister Aling's detection, I sense that the Abyss Saint Lord seems ready to go all in. Hearing Na speak of the aura of divine power, Ji Yu's eyes darkened. After all, she was now a peak level 2nd level god, and naturally understood the fundamental gap between gods and mortals. It doesn't matter. In my eyes, the Abyss is nothing more than the demonic plane of the past. It will eventually become nourishment for our god realm and Dolo Star. Besides, our Dragon Realm is so rich in immortal spiritual energy. I can become a god at any time if I choose. He paused at this point. Ji Yu, try not to unleash your full power on the continent. The Dolo continent today is no longer strong enough to sustain a battle between gods. Hearing Fu Ye's words, Ji Yu nodded seriously, knowing full well what was going on. Alright, now that the abyssal creatures are pressing in, it's time for me to become a god. As he spoke, it felt as if a shackle within Fu Ye snapped. Immediately afterwards, an electronic notification chimed in his ears. Ding! Congratulations! The host has successfully ascended to the god level. Current cultivation level is 100th level. Hearing the system notification, a faint smile played on Fu Ye's lips. You have to understand that his level 100 is no mere 100th level. Even beings who have just broken through to the Divine King realm would be no match for him now. The power of the Dragon God's bloodline is so unreasonable and so overbearing. Ji Yu's violet eyes filled with amazement as she sensed the increasingly intense Dragon God aura emanating from Fu Ye. As Fu Ye ascended to godhood, she could sense the shadow of the former Dragon God in him. Whoosh! Fu Ye exhaled, once again reaching godhood. A towering, 9-colored dragon towered over the Dragon Realm, and all the dragons roared with excitement and joy at the moment of its appearance. Ji Yu and Na felt a strong, oppressive force of blood, completely extinguishing any thought of resistance. Their hearts were reaffirmed in Fu Ye's identity as a Dragon God. He quickly restrained his aura, and Ji Yu and Na's tense bodies relaxed. Ji Yu, Na, come with me to meet the creatures of the abyss. After all, having reached the godhood, the combat power of Yali and the other quasi-gods won't be of much use. Raw, a dazzling, towering, 9-colored dragon phantom now filled half the sky, a brilliant beam of light enveloping the entire continent. A divine aura, another divine. Yunming, sensing this aura, was startled. The abyss already possessed a god-level warrior. With his power, he could at least inflict heavy damage, if not defeat the opponent. If another god emerged from the abyss, the Dolo continent would be doomed. However, upon sensing the aura of Fu Ye, a god-level being, his panic instantly subsided. Yunming, I was ready to sacrifice myself, Sky Shooting Sun, only to discover my big brother was a master of the Sky Shooting Sun. It could be said that the century since Fu Ye became the continent's #1 and swept across the Holy Spirit cult until now has been the most peaceful one in nearly 10,000 years. Caillou and the others, sensing this divine aura, awoke from their training rooms, their scent recognizing a familiar aroma. Naturally, the aura of Fu Ye's godhood was also sensed by Tang Laoshan, who was possessed by the Abyss Saint Lord. At the edge of the far north, Tang Laoshan was constantly waving his hands, releasing boundless abyssal aura to shield the abyssal creatures around him from the bombardment of human soul guides. He gazed at the 9-colored radiance erupting in the distance, his dark eyes slightly dazed. This is the power of the Dragon God, not the Golden Dragon King. How could this be possible? Tang Wulin is clearly the child of destiny, so why did Fu Ye become the final god? Tang Laoshan was confused. After all, when his system was malfunctioning, he had revealed Fu Ye's martial spirit, but that was also the most unlikely martial spirit on the continent, the Dragon God. He couldn't understand how a local could possess the Dragon God's martial spirit, steal Tang Wulin's destiny, and ultimately receive the continent's favor. He also overlooked the fact that Tang Wulin had never obtained anything from the ancient golden tree. Remember, that ancient golden tree was transformed by his grandmother, Ah Hien. In the original novel, the other party bestowed upon him the title of Son of Nature and granted him a very special green gold spirit ring, but these things have never happened on the current continent. In the original novel, Yun Ming and Shrek Academy were shattered by a 12th level god-killing fixed-type spirit guide shell, yet here, Fu Ye withstood 2 blasts of god-killing fixed-type spirit guide shells. It didn't make sense, it really didn't make sense. System, is Fu Ye truly human? At this moment, Tang Laoshan finally began to doubt Fu Ye's true identity, although it might be a little late. Ding! Fu Ye is human. Hearing the system's long-lost voice, a glint of nostalgia crossed Tang Laoshan's eyes. But then, a question suddenly occurred to him, one that even he himself found baffling. System, is Fu Ye a time traveler? Upon hearing his voice, his system fell silent for a moment, then a mechanical tone echoed in his ears. Ding! Everything is the host's own choice. The original world of Dragon King Legend didn't have a character named Fu Ye. However, because the host chose to change the world, the Dolo plane fell into an uncontrollable phase. With the God Realm destroyed, Heaven will use a special method to select a being capable of shouldering the heavy responsibility and rebuilding the God Realm to maintain the correct operation of the Dolo plane. Hearing the system's words, Tang Laoshan felt a flicker of regret. If he had known this, why would he have risked his life in the abyss? Wouldn't he have just laid down and thrived? However, he didn't know that at this moment, his system was being manipulated by a God-level cheat system, holding a knife to the neck of the God-level Dragon King cultivation system. Brother, Grandpa, please talk it over. I've already done everything you asked. Could you please put the knife down? After sending the message, the God-level Dragon King cultivation system knelt on the ground, not daring to move. Haha, did you really think I didn't notice when you secretly passed my master's personal information to your current host? I already gave you a chance, but how did you treat my master? Looking at the message, now trapped in place, the God-level Dragon King cultivation system felt a sense of dread. Ding! Fu Ye is a time traveler. This message was originally intended for the God-level Dragon King cultivation system to transmit to Tang Laoshan, but was intercepted by the cheating device. I was wrong, I was truly wrong, but this is my only chance to advance to the intermediate system. If this host dies again, I will also be rendered useless. Upon hearing this, the thin figure manifested by the God-level cheating device system simply sneered. Haha, you're such a useless piece of shit, unlike my administrator who was always so reliable. With this, the humanoid figure of the cheating device suddenly clenched its palm. Crack, crack, crack. No, sir, I was truly wrong. Before the God-level Dragon King cultivation system could finish its words, it was instantly crushed into a thumb-sized ball of black gold energy. Gulp. It swallowed it in one gulp, instantly refining it. Not bad. The energy concentration is about the same as that thing called the God-level intercepting system. However, it's still a bit short of what it would take to raise the administrator's abilities to the intermediate level. With this, the illusory form of the cheat system gradually dissipated. At this moment, a broadcast in babble text echoed in Tang Laoshan's mind. Ding. Unknown influence detected. The God-level Dragon King cultivation system is separating from its host. Unbinding the host. Ding. 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 Hash at it percentage hash. Hearing his system begin to separate, Tang Laoshan panicked. After all, this was the foundation of his Dolo continent. Meanwhile, within Shrek Academy, Fu Ye, who had just broken through to the God-level realm, also heard the system's announcement. Detected that the God-level Dragon King cultivation system is leaking the host's personal information, implementing humane devouring. Ding. Devouring successful. Ding. Detected that the host has obtained the God-level Dragon King cultivation system 2.0, interception rewards are being distributed. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining an out-of-this-world item. 8 Ancestors Glazed Bowl can be used as a special consumable, unusable in the current world. Hearing the system's voice, Fu Ye's eyes narrowed slightly. Sure enough, his cheat system was still as overbearing as ever. Back in the Dolo Dalu 2 days, he had tried to reason with that interception system, but now it was becoming more and more like him, no longer eating beef. At the border of the far north, Tang Laoshan, who had been helping the abyssal creatures fend off the human soul guides, suddenly froze. His expression was empty, his pupils were dazed and bewildered. If he had initially held out hope for the future, now he had completely lost all hope for survival. System. Tang Laoshan muttered silently, but in his heart, he was screaming at his system. However, the system didn't respond, leaving only an endless void. The system is gone, my system is gone. Tang Laoshan's expression froze, and at that moment, a terrifying feeling of rejection enveloped him. But it was the sudden, strange feeling that brought him back to consciousness. Oh no, the system has disappeared. The abyssal aura within me has been detected by the spirits of the plains. It's the plains rejecting me. Only then did Tang Laoshan finally realize that he wasn't the so-called chosen one. Even with the power of the abyss imbued within him, he wouldn't be rejected by the continent. It turned out that everything was because the system had deceived the spirits of the plains. Now, without the system's aid, how could his newly ascended rank of 100th level priest contend with the 3rd level god, the plain spirit? Meanwhile, the Abyss Emperor, observing that Tang Laoshan had previously used his power to aid him in overcoming obstacles on the continent, wondered why the continent had suddenly begun rejecting him. He knew, however, that Tang Laoshan was the only suitable vessel on the continent. If he didn't seize this opportunity to completely bind his abyssal plane to the continent and devour it, his chances of consuming the continent in the future would become extremely slim. He had been lying dormant for millennia, waiting for this moment. He would not allow himself to fail. Haha, Fu Ye, ha. I wonder if you'll retain your composure when I truly descend upon the continent. The Abyss Emperor gazed coldly at the continent, unaware that Fu Ye was also watching him through the system's monitoring panel. I didn't expect the Abyss Saint to be so confident. This saves me from having to chase them when they escape. In reality, the Dolo plane is already on the verge of collapse due to resource depletion. It's no exaggeration to say that the continent's forces exhausted all their resources to produce 3 god-killing grade fixed-type soul white shells. The continent's mineral resources have shrunk by 80%, and years of war have led to a drastic decline in population. With only 1 in 10 soul beasts left, it's a sign that Dolo planet is on the verge of extinction. The arrival of the Abyss could spell destruction for the Dolo continent, or perhaps a rebirth. Abyssal Saint, you treat us like fat meat, but don't we treat you like fat meat too? You need the entire plane of Dolo continent as the coordinate axis of your abyss, but we also want you to integrate the rich life energy of your abyssal plane into the continent. On the battlefield, even though he felt the suppression of the plane spirit, Tang Roshan still stood at the forefront of the artillery fire. Because at this moment, he knew that if he wanted to survive and continue to be the leader, he had no choice but to obey the orders of the Abyssal Saint. As long as the enemy could devour the entire Dolo continent, he would be safe. In the future, the enemy might even make him the emperor of one of the top 10 layers of the Abyss. It wasn't that he trusted the Abyss Sage Lord, but rather that he now had no other choice. Nah, Guu, let's go. Leave the Abyss Sage Lord to me. The remaining Abyss creatures who have just broken through to the god level and the Abyss Emperors will be in your care. Hearing Fu Ye's words, Na and Guu both nodded in agreement. Well, don't worry. Guu's strength is around the peak of a second level god, and I am also mid-level second level god, so I can easily kill those small fry. But brother Fu Ye, you have to be careful. That Abyss Sage Lord seems to have reached the level of a first level god. Although he's just a wild god, his strength should not be underestimated, and he likely has some special artifacts at his disposal. Na's thoughts were comprehensive, and Guu nodded in agreement. Don't worry. Now that I've attained divine status, with the Dragon Clan's magical blade, I can easily defeat them, provided their strength doesn't reach the Divine King realm. In reality, the Dragon Clan's magical blade isn't the exclusive artifact of the Dragon God, but rather the exclusive artifact of the Light Dragon King, or rather the Holy Dragon King. The Light Dragon King controls the punishments within the Dragon Clan and will punish those who cross the line. However, the Dolo universe doesn't explain the super divine artifacts the Dragon God himself wields. All we know is that he has crafted numerous divine artifacts from his own dragon horns and other components for the Dragon Clan's use. On the battlefield, Tang Roshan withstood all the official fire with his godlike aura. Seeing the enemy within a mere 10 kilometers of the Soul Guide artillery array, the higher-ups didn't hesitate and immediately ordered the withdrawal of the second display and the deployment of the third front. However, crushed by Tang Roshan's overwhelming power, these forces couldn't even make a single dent in the Abyssal Army's forces. But at that moment, 3 divine level beams of light, 1 9-colored and 2 platinum, instantly descended upon the battlefield. Tang Roshan's expression showed no surprise after sensing this aura. He felt a mixture of emotions as he gazed at the familiar yet unfamiliar figure before him. Meanwhile, the abyssal creatures, sensing the presence of Fu Ye, Guu, and Na, began to retreat in fear. In full view of the soldiers, Fu Ye flashed before Tang Roshan, now transformed into an abyssal creature. It seems you've chosen the wrong path. You could have married and raised children in this world, lived a happy life, but you chose the wrong side. Fu Ye's voice was quiet, but it resonated like thunder in Tang Roshan's ears. Is it any use saying this now? I'm already a parasitic puppet of the Abyss Saint Lord. He could possess me and devour my consciousness at any moment if he wanted. I have no other choice. A hint of bitterness crossed Tang Roshan's lips, but one wrong step led to another, and there was no turning back. I was your teacher for a few years, after all. So, let me send you, your unfilial disciple, to reincarnation. He had no intention of killing his fellow traveler. Just like Lin Roshan during the Dawa era, as long as he didn't act up and didn't oppose him, he would allow him to marry, have children, and even become a god on the mainland. But he also knew that every traveler was unruly. People with personalities like Lin Roshan were rare. Given his own system, he would probably take him to destroy the parallel universes opened up by other travelers. Send me to reincarnation. Never mind. Reincarnation is a good thing, at least I still have a chance. At this point, Tang Roshan paused, looking at Fu Ye with a strange gaze. Teacher Fu Ye, are we the same kind? Tang Roshan stared at Fu Ye intently, as if trying to detect the panic in his eyes. However, Fu Ye's calm demeanor disappointed him. We are not the same kind. At least in my opinion, your class is more than a level lower than mine. But I don't think you have a chance. Fu Ye's words froze Tang Roshan in his tracks, his gaze filled with fear. I knew it. You are a traitor too. But as he finished speaking, his mouth was sealed, unable to utter a single word. At that moment, the entire world was imprisoned by Fu Ye's system, leaving only Tang Roshan and him free to move. Upon seeing the world imprisoned in time, Tang Roshan looked at Fu Ye with astonishment and fear. At this moment, Fu Ye restored Tang Roshan's right to speak. You are a time traveler, indeed. I knew the dragon god martial spirit would never appear in the possession of a native of Dolo continent. Hearing this, a faint smile played on Fu Ye's lips. It's okay for you to know, but everything is your own fault, due to your own ignorance and arrogance. In fact, I've been monitoring you since you arrived in Dolo world. I know your system absorbs dragon blood and divine energy. I can still clearly remember the panic I felt when I saw you unable to absorb the golden dragon king energy within Wulin. As he spoke, dozens of videos appeared beside Fu Ye, showing Tang Roshan sneaking around trying to absorb the dragon king blood within Guu, Na, and Wulin. Unfortunately, his expression of anger and curses at the end was exactly the same. You bastard. We are all from Blue Star, how could you do this to me? Hearing Tang Roshan's words, Fu Ye couldn't help but feel a little amused. Fellow countrymen. In my eyes, you're no different from Tang San. If you were me, I'd have died at your hands long ago. Fu Ye's words immediately silenced Tang Roshan. After all, what he said was absolutely right. Alright, I'm not planning on killing you. After all, as I said, we are all from the same hometown. Fighting and killing is so boring. A flicker of disbelief crossed Tang Roshan's eyes at Fu Ye's words, but his next words quickly sent him reeling. At most, I'll lock you up in a timeless dimension for eternity. After all, I don't like the idea of a reborn Dragon King dungeon. Only I can be the Dragon King. Fu Ye's words made Tang Roshan's hair stand on end. In his hand, a lamp with a flickering candle appeared. If you don't practice hard, we'll be brothers in the spirit refining furnace. Come in. With a single wave of his hand, Fu Ye yanked Tang Roshan's soul from his body, trapping it within the spirit refining furnace. Ah, it hurts. It hurts so much. Fu Ye. I curse you to die a horrible death, I curse you. After Tang Roshan was imprisoned, he immediately erupted in heartbreaking cries. His insults and bitter curses reached Fu Ye's ears. Curse me, isn't everything your own choice? You could have lived a normal life, but you chose to stand up and oppose me. Having died once before, he now exercised extreme caution in his actions. He could easily kill Tang Laoshan, but what if he were to be crushed to death and then reborn, only to encounter him? Seeing Tang Laoshan's utter disgrace, Fu Ye sent him directly to the depths of Wu Yu's spiritual world, separating him from the three Tang Sans. After all, he was a time traveler, and in this situation, they would undoubtedly reveal their information to the Tang Sans. While harmless to him, it would be deeply unpleasant. After taking Tang Laoshan's soul, Fu Ye once again allowed time to flow. Before everyone's eyes, Tang Laoshan's tall, burly figure collapsed to the ground with a crashing thud. No one could understand what Fu Ye had done. All they could see was Fu Ye flashing to Tang Laoshan's side before he collapsed. Ji Yu and Na were stunned by the sight. After all, even with their level of cultivation, they couldn't fathom Fu Ye's actions. But then, a terrifying aura enveloped everyone. Tang Laoshan, who had just fallen, suddenly stood up again. Boom! A terrifying dark force instantly engulfed the battlefield. Fu Ye, sensing this, unleashed several nine-colored light screens to block it. Long time no see, Abyss Saint Lord. I never thought you, a filthy stinker, would dare to confront the Abyss with our Dolo realm. Fu Ye's lips curled in amusement. The Abyss Saint Lord, upon seeing that the godlike Fu Ye had recognized him, showed no surprise. Haha, you are just a 100th level priest, while I'm a genuine first level god. Do you really think you can defeat me with your strength? At this, the Abyss Sage Lord looked behind Fu Ye. I thought you had some hidden weapon. Turns out you found two second level god level teammates. But don't you know the power gap between a second level god and a first level god is tenfold? I could just wave my hand and they'd all be reduced to ash. Upon hearing the Abyss Sage Lord's words, Fu Ye unleashed his Dragon Clan magic blade. TSK, you are just a weakling. I won't need a second move to deal with you. Fu Ye was too lazy to waste time on him. It was one thing for him to be ungrateful for having been allowed to live this extra time, but he actually dared to threaten him. It was clear that this Abyss Sage Lord was truly fed up with life. And yet, he showed no sign of complacency. A pitch-black spear gleaming with a faint blue light appeared in his hand. Super divine weapon, the Heavenly Saint Rift. Fu Ye gathered his strength, and the Dragon Clan's magic sword burst out with unprecedented brilliance. A terrifying blade flashed across the blackened sky. The Abyss Sage Lord watched in disbelief as everything unfolded before him. Before his eyes, the world split in two, now rapidly falling downward. Unbeknownst to him, it wasn't the continent itself that was split in two, but himself. In the 3018th year of the Dolo calendar, Shenlong Dolo wielded his world-destroying power to slay the Abyss Sage Lord, who attempted to invade the Dolo plane. Following this, the Dolo plane devoured the Abyss plane, successfully expanding towards the Divine Star. 5 years later, Fu Ye once again took a Genesis ring from the system store and bound it to himself. Brother Fu Ye, won't you join us in training here? I sense that if we cultivate here, we'll definitely reach the Divine King realm within a year. Na now held Fu Ye tightly. Although she was increasingly unable to understand him, she could sense that Fu Ye was serious about her, Ji Yu, and the others. Well, I still have some things to attend to in the outside world. Of course, if Na gets bored training inside, you can always come find me. As soon as you leave, you'll be by my side. Hearing Fu Ye's words, Na simply buried her face in his arms. HMPH, Brother Fu Ye is wicked. He possesses such formidable strength, yet he hid it from us for so long. After witnessing the nearly liquid soul power within the creation god realm, the clever Na and Ji Yu both knew that Fu Ye had definitely been concealing his true strength. At that moment, Ji Yu, having already settled all the soul beasts, pierced through space and arrived before Fu Ye. You bastard. I've already arranged everything for the soul beasts. When are we leaving? Ji Yu looked at Fu Ye with a hint of resentment. After all, ever since he told her about the creation god realm he created, she had already known that Fu Ye had been playing dumb. Ji Yu's figure had long since returned to her usual queenly persona, while Na remained in her youthful, Lolita-like demeanor. I can sense the presence of many god level and above creatures at the location of the rising dragon pillar outside the galaxy. I think it would be a perfect place for soul beasts to live. Ji Yu's eyes lit up at Fu Ye's words. After all, a planet capable of nurturing creatures above the god level must possess a life force no less advanced than that of the Dolo plane. Well, let's get going without further ado. Shrek Academy, Seaboard Island. Yunming and his companions, now powerful rank 100 gods, were leisurely lounging by the seaboard lake, enjoying the gentle breeze. But just then, Fu Ye appeared beside them. Yunming, I think I should leave. Upon hearing Fu Ye's words, Yunming abruptly stood up, his expression tinged with disbelief. Why? You've lived here for 100 years. And even if you have the strength to leave, what about your wives? Yunming's nervousness instantly grew at Fu Ye's announcement of the departure. Fu Ye was the absolute backbone of Shrek Academy. Even he, the pavilion master, was less renowned than him. Don't worry, I will take Yali, you, Yoju and the others away. But you don't have to worry, I will come back to visit in the future. Fu Ye's voice was very calm, with a faint smile on the corner of his mouth. Seeing Yunming, he knew that he could not stop him. You old man are truly disloyal. Although you gave me a beating the first time we met, I'm still a little reluctant to see you leave the continent now. Yunming spoke sincerely. After all, there were only a handful of people of his generation left on the continent, and Fu Ye was the only one he had a close relationship with. Don't be sad. Although there's no divine realm, human lifespans increased thousands or even tens of thousands of years after becoming a god. Consider this a gift from me to you. With this, Fu Ye placed a pitch-black spear inscribed with the word Ming before him. The God Cutter Liquan Spear, a pinnacle-level divine weapon. With your talent and strength, nurturing it into a super divine weapon won't be difficult in the future. The world of Dragon King legend was the one Fu Ye had spent the longest time in among the 3 worlds he traveled through. Yunming had been beaten by him from the age of 18 to 118. In Fu Ye's eyes, Cao Deji and Zhang Xin were considered juniors, and he had given these old friends some small gifts, believing they would all reach even higher realms in the future. In the Dragon Realm, Fu Ye, Ji Yu, and now prepared to control it from Dolo continent. The Dragon Realm's current life form had reached the peak of a second-level god, and its plane master, Ilim, was now a formidable figure capable of standing on his own. Everything was proceeding smoothly. He hadn't allowed his wives, who were from the Dragon King legend strategy, to come live in the Dragon Realm. After all, he believed that their rapid advancement to the level of the creator god was paramount. Currently, only one ancient life tree was carrying the burden of the core of the dragon realm. Relying solely on it, it would be extremely difficult for the dragon realm to drift through the universe for an extended period. Alin, how many days will it take to reach the coordinates I gave you? Fuye, Gu, and Na were all radiating their own strength to stabilize the dragon realm. Based on our current speed, it will take at least 2 days to reach the star system where the dragon pillar is located, but if we want to accurately locate the planet, it will take at least 3. 3 days later. The Tianma star system, above the twin stars in the core region of the star field. Brother Fuye, the dragon rising pillar is on the planet below. Na spoke first. Fuye had already spotted Optimus Prime standing on the planet below. Following closely, Fuye and his companions manipulated the dragon realm to descend upon the planet. The Gemini stars, now also known as the Sagittarius stars, are uninhabited by centaurs. As the name suggests, they are creatures with human-like upper bodies and the bodies of horses. Fuye knew full well that according to the original novels, the strongest beings here today barely reach the god level. In the original novels, after the dragon tomb descended upon the Sagittarius stars, some of the centaurs absorbed the dragon's energy and became dragon-like creatures with even greater power and talent. In the 10,000 years since the dragon tomb descended upon the planet, the Sagittarius star system gradually evolved into the dragon horse star system. Fuye had just examined the plane spirits of the 2 star systems, but he found that they were currently merely ordinary plane embryos, capable of sensing changes in the planes. But before Fuye and his companions could even reach the site, they spotted a towering centaur, ungainly in appearance but possessing godlike strength, charging towards them, wielding an unknown weapon. Puff. Na, with her quick eyes and hands, stabbed him in the heart, sending all the energy he had transformed back into the dragon realm. Is this the rising dragon pillar forged by the former dragon god? It looks majestic and imposing. Fuye ignored the now dead centaur and simply pressed his palm against the pitch black pillar before him. Buzz. A terrifying roar echoed across Centaur planet, and the less powerful centaurs fainted from the shockwaves. The rising dragon pillar then transformed into a 5-meter-long, 3-thumb-thick, gilded staff. Fuye, the scene feels familiar. At that moment, a 9-colored light appeared from the rising dragon pillar, shooting straight towards Fuye's brow. Na and Gu were both stunned by the scene. After all, this was the rising dragon pillar's recognition of its master. At this moment, Fuye's mind flashed with a fragment of memory from the Dragon God War, as well as its own purpose. The rising dragon pillar, also known as the rising dragon platform, can baptize the bloodline of dragons above the 3rd level god level. But when he read the last part, his eyes twitched. Those recognized can lift it with a force of 1,000 tons. Those unrecognized must withstand 10 times the weight. Wow, this is truly impressive. No wonder that old man Tang San didn't sneak over to try to seize the rising dragon pillar. It must be because he couldn't lift it. Thinking of this, Fuye grasped the rising dragon pillar with one hand. To Fuye's perception, lifting it was as easy as lifting a piece of rebar. Seeing this, Na and Gu's eyes widened. Even with recognition, it still weighed 1,000 tons. But after considering Fuye's unfathomable strength, their surprise was lessened. Soon, with Fuye's help, the soul beasts were released, including the 7 ferocious beasts of the Stardao Great Forest. As the soul beasts sensed the rich life force around them, their eyes lit up with excitement. Lord Dragon God, my lord. Ditian, realizing this was no longer Dolo continent, was filled with delight and excitement. But just then, before the soul beasts had even landed, 2 9-colored beams of light instantly enveloped golden-eyed Black Dragon King Ditian and held them in Dragon King ZG. Their powers soared. Ditian instantly became a 120th level true god, while ZG reached the 100th level divine realm. I've become a god. Ditian's eyes were filled with disbelief as he sensed the power within him. This was the power he had painstakingly pursued for hundreds of thousands of years. ZG was also a little confused at this time. She could feel that her Helldemon Dragon King bloodline had become purer, and her strength. You two are both members of my dragon clan. Now that the dragon clan's super artifact, the ascending dragon pillar, has returned, it is natural to help you to wash away the remaining dirt in your bloodlines. Hearing Fuye's words, Ditian's breathing stagnated, and almost the next second he saw the gilded stick held in Fuye's hand. The ascending dragon pillar. It's the ascending dragon pillar. No wonder my cultivation and bloodline have increased so much. After settling matters here and giving all the necessary instructions, Fuye sent Gu and Na to the creation god realm to rapidly improve their cultivation. Master Fuye, are you and the master and the others truly leaving? Just as Fuye was about to step through the spatial portal, a young woman in a purple dress appeared behind him. Who else could it be but ZG? Sensing her approach, a subtle smile played at the corner of Fuye's eye. Well, our purpose here is to provide a home for the soul beasts to thrive and to take the ascending dragon pillar here as the core of the dragon realm. Now that that's done, we naturally must leave. Hearing Fuye's words, he felt an inexplicable panic in his heart. Well, Master Fuye, I can go with you. But at that moment, another clear voice rang out. Master Fuye, Biji wishes to follow you. Please grant this. A girl in an emerald green dress also arrived. It was none other than the Emerald Swan, Biji. Zijizi was flustered upon seeing Biji's appearance. She hadn't expected her to share the same idea. Follow me. Of course, but it might take a bit more time and effort. After all, I don't think I'm easy to talk to. Upon hearing Fuye's agreement, Ziji and Biji knelt without hesitation. But before their knees had even reached halfway, they felt themselves being held up by an invisible force. In that case, follow me. From now on, you two will be my personal maids. Fuye's words sparked a gleam in Ziji and Biji's eyes. Personal maids. Does that mean they have a chance to be with Fuye, the dragon god? Soul beasts all admire the strong, and Biji and Ziji are no exception. Furthermore, Fuye saved their soul beast clan. To be favored by the dragon god would be a heavenly gift for them. Yes, Master Fuye. Within the dragon realm, all the maids had gathered. From left to right were Bibi Dong, Qian Rangxiu, Ahin, Wu Maya, Demon Emperor Lan Miao, and Lan Miao, Dao Yi. Ziji and Biji stood behind him, but now they weren't wearing the same maid outfits as Bibi Dong and the others. Instead, they wore gilded outfits similar to Fuye's, but the difference was immediately noticeable. He looked at Bibi Dong and Qian Rangxiu, the close-knit sisters, and the other maids standing beside them. In the end, Fuyue granted Qian Rangxiu and Bibi Dong the power of a second-level god, while Ahin, Wumir, Demon Emperor Lan Miao, and Dao Yi Lan Miao were all granted the power of a third-level god. As for Ningrongrong's reincarnation, Ningrua, Tang Wutong's reincarnation, Lan Mengting, and Lan Fozi, they were only granted the power of a priest, in the Star region, Dragon Realm, within a magnificent palace. Two graceful figures, one purple and one green, were comfortably sleeping, embracing Fuyue. Soon, he slowly opened his eyes, sensing the slightly trembling breath beside him, a faint smile playing on his lips. He stood up and left the palace, only to find Lan Mengting and Ningrua sneaking among the flowers nearby. Sister Mengting, why is Lord Fuyue looking at us? Has he spotted us? Before she could finish her words, Lan Mengting, the reincarnation of Tang Wutong, interrupted her. Don't worry, there's no way he'll spot us. Seeing this, Fuyue began to wonder at the two girls' generosity. He was the lord of the Dragon Realm, after all, so why didn't they show any respect? This was a good thing, though. He wouldn't be too shy when he invited them to his bedchamber. Indeed, Fuyue's purpose in bringing them all here was simple. He was determined to take the Dragon Realm directly to the interstellar era of Ultimate Dolo. The Ultimate Dolo interstellar era wasn't like the world of Dragon King Legend. After all, Dragon King Legend at least had Yali, Long Yeyu, and Kai Yu to enjoy some fun things with him, but the Ultimate Dolo interstellar era was far more difficult. In his memory, the only woman with exceptional talent and striking appearance was Ji Yuina, a married woman, and the next were the underage girls in the main cast. Besides, how could a vast Dragon Realm like his be without some stunning maids? Just as Lan Mengting and Ningrua were still nestling among the flowers, a deep voice boomed from behind them. What are you two doing here? Are you trying to eavesdrop on what's going on? As they noticed Fuyue disappear from their sight and heard the voice behind them, their bodies froze for a moment. Then, a warm touch touched their shoulders. We didn't. But before she could explain anything, she felt a big hand gently stroking their heads. Since you are so interested, then the next time, you two will serve me in bed. Fuyue's voice was not loud, but it revealed an unquestionable tone. Lan Mengting and Ningrua felt as if the sky had fallen when they heard what Fuyue said. Serve me in bed. Are those two new sisters serving me? Hearing Fuyue's words, Lan Mengting stuttered and was obviously frightened by his words. That's right, otherwise why do you think they were able to enter my bedroom? At this moment, Lan Mengting felt as if her brain had crashed. You know, she had practiced with all her strength for a lifetime, but in the end, she was brought to the Dragon Realm to be a maid without even participating in a battle. Then, she inexplicably gained a fighting power comparable to that of a god, and now she was about to make another inexplicable sacrifice. I've never even held a boy's hand before, so doing this with you is a bit too sudden. Upon hearing her voice, Fuyue remained silent, simply grasping her hand. Look, you've already done it. Lan Mengting, the reincarnation of Tang Wutong, and Ningrua, the reincarnation of Ningrongrong, had both run away blushing under Fuyue's teasing. He even told them to wash up after returning, which made their cheeks blush all the way to their ears. But after they left, Fuyue prepared to get down to business. With his help, Wu Lin has now become the new lord of the Dolo Plane. He has also completely eliminated the hostility within the Golden Dragon King's essence. As long as Wu Lin absorbs the Golden Dragon King's essence normally and continuously improves his strength, he'll undoubtedly reach the Divine King realm in the future. System, can I now take my current Dragon Realm with me to the next world? Fuyue called out to the system in his mind. Ding! The Dragon Realm has been automatically bound to the host. The host will carry the Dragon Realm along when crossing parallel universes. Ding! Exclamation mark. The host has successfully conquered the Dragon King Legend world. The system wall patch is loading for the host. New item is loading for the host. Loading successfully. Item, Dolo Parallel Universe, Ultimate Dolo Interstellar Era Shuttle Card, Stock 1, New Plane, Similar Personnel, Price, 0. System, recording the current universe coordinates. Ding. The current universe coordinates have been successfully recorded. The world coordinates of Dolo Continent 3 have been successfully recorded for the host. Upon hearing the system's voice, a faint smile crossed Fuyue's eyes. System, activate the Dolo Continent IV, Ultimate Dolo Teleport Talisman. Ding. Detecting the host is about to leave the Dolo Continent third world. During your absence, Dragon King Legend world time has automatically slowed down by 100,000 times. Ding. Dolo Continent IV, Ultimate Dolo Interstellar Era Shuttle Card in use. Use successfully. System teleport countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, teleport successful. As the system's voice fell, Fuyue and even the Dragon Realm he currently resided in vanished in a flash of white light. Dolo Continent IV, Ultimate Dolo Interstellar Era, on the fringes of the Dolo Galaxy. As the master of the Dragon Realm, Fuyue immediately sensed that he and the Dragon Realm had arrived in a new parallel universe. Ding. Congratulations to the host on successfully arriving in the Dolo Continent IV, Ultimate Dolo world. Currently located on the edge of the Dolo Star region, near Heaven Star, City of Sin. Hearing the system's words, Fuyue's eyes lit up with confusion. System, please clarify. How long do you have until the storyline begins? Ding. 500 years remaining before the plot begins. Upon hearing the system's words, Fuyue's eyes twitched. 500 years. 500 years left before the plot begins. Damn system, are you kidding me? Double 1 was advanced by 40 years, double 2 by 80 years, double 3 by 100 years, and now it's advanced by another 500 years. But soon, a mechanical electronic sound reached Fuyue's ears, shattering his inner dissatisfaction with overwhelming force. Ding. The two little princesses of the elves are 18 years old this year, one a queen and the other a loli. Stop, system, stop talking, I was wrong, is it okay if I was wrong? With the blessing of the ascending dragon pillar, the energy concentration of the Dragon Realm is now increasing at an incredible rate, and with its blessing, it can now be said that this place is now a small divine realm. End of this chapter.